and we're live.
Hello. We are live.
We are live. It feels like it's been a while, but it hasn't.
No, it really has not been a while.
Hey, everybody.
I'm going to keep yawning. I'm going to try to snap out of that.
Yeah, Wendell's tired.
I'm sleepy. I was taking my old lady nap. It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommend.
Yeah, I took. Turn him up.
Hey,
Put him up
Ginger.
there.
Hey, Melissa. Hey, healthy family.
Everybody. Hey, everybody agrees she deserves nothing. Right. I
Wait till
agree with
you
that.
guys hear this her latest shenanigans. You guys are going to die. It's hilarious. And you know what? And I'm going to hell if it's true, right? That's terrible, huh? That's a terrible thing to laugh at if it's true.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
don't believe, I don't believe her. I don't believe anything she says.
I don't either. Hey, Dustin. Mayberry Day. So good to see you. Thank you for being a member for 9 months, Nana Patty. Hello, One Win and Chatters.
Nana
So
Patty, how you
here
doing?
is
Hey, Steve. Hey, He-Man. Hey, Destin. Hey, Mayberry. Sorry, guys. I just
hey,
want to say. Go ahead.
yeah, me too. I tried to cover everybody. I see y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. Hey, Linda Newton, good, and I know I've missed people. Hey, Infidel Lady, um,
When I see
Debbie
Linda
Doll.
Newton's name, I see One Win in there for like a half of a second, and then I always wonder if it's like somebody like trying to. Then I realize that it's no. There's a whole last name in there. It's not my name at all.
Thank you, Debbie, for being a member for
Uh,
16 months. Um, Here is what I thought, y'all. We're streaming tonight. Because tomorrow is Halloween, guess what I'm getting? I'm getting
what are you getting?
because they have so getting to do because they have so many Halloween things around here. Um, Steph's already got to take baby O trick or treating like what 4 times. So
What?
tomorrow night
Why? Where? I mean, like in the neighborhood or like at different parties or what?
at different they have trunk or treats and
How
walk
fun.
around it.
Okay.
So
Back in my day,
tomorrow
Halloween was just one day.
it was one day and you got what you got and that was
Yeah,
it.
you got me. There were no four different days. No. It's not Halloween. It's Halloween.
And so I I called her and I'm like, look, if you want to, can I go trick or treating with y'all tomorrow? Or I really want him to spend the night with me tomorrow night. And she's like, heck, you could take him trick or treating. I've already taken him. Blah 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 blah. And then I was like,
Shauna,
I,
you don't have to ask me twice. Here you go.
yeah, yeah. He's
Um,
2. Here you go. Have fun.
so, so has he ever spent the night at your house before?
No, we'll be all right though.
Okay.
We'll be all right.
All right.
Not since he was brand spanking new. Hey, Ginger, thank you for being a member for 3 months. So glad you got home safe.
Having a baby overnight
Thank
is
you.
a huge endeavor.
Mm-hmm. But all right. So when I went to see him the other day, he said, I want to go with Gaga. And I was like, you're in, buddy. You're in.
No problem.
Hook, line, sinker, whatever you want.
Yes.
You've got it.
Little Dolly. Gosh, I love him.
Yes. And he's Superman with the muscles and stuff for
Oh,
Halloween. So
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, how cute. How about the other babies? What are they for
they're gonna
Halloween?
they are Batman, of course, and baby girl's Minnie Mouse.
Oh my goodness, how cute.
Hey, Envy Girls, Tracy
I
is
love
doing
them.
all sorts of big. I am. So, and here is another that I want us to think about, and I know there's not a lot of people here yet, or if there will be, there may not be, but
Right, Tammy B? I'm gonna get all kinds of phone calls tomorrow. I already know. I already know.
I know, and I've had a headache all day, so I'm like,
Very
hey, Thaddeus,
exhausted. Why did I say yes to this?
he won't eat.
We won't sleep. I don't know what to do.
Mm. But,
Little
um,
frying pan to the head, my friend.
I know. It's
Little bit of diamond tap. We had diamond tap back in my days. I don't know if they even still have that. Little Benadryl.
a little bit.
Are
I have a little
are those your
Benadryl,
allergies? Sniff, sniff. Are those your allergies acting up? Here, come here, honey. Take some Benadryl for your those allergies.
Here, take one of Gaga's melatonin.
There you go. Night night.
Mm. You did, Ginger? I don't know. This is definitely sinus, and it's insane. Just
And it's cold. All of a sudden, it was 42 degrees this morning. I was like, what the hell? What just happened?
yeah, it's
42 freaking
crazy.
degrees outside. Oh, okay. That's uncalled for. That's a little ridiculous. You need to
We
calm
are
down.
gonna have fun. It is gonna wear me out, but it's gonna be fun. You know, he's pretty cool. But,
Yes.
alright, so I know that I asked about the Stephen Stearns case, and today I heard from Jules, which they call her Notorious Jules. She goes to a lot of trials, and, she doesn't think the trial will be long. It's in, um, Kissimmee, Florida, which is really close to Orlando, and it is gonna be a hard trial. It is. But I really wanna see him. They're going for the death penalty. He deserves it, and I can't believe I'm saying that. Hey, Karma, because I always say, the only way I believe in the death penalty would probably be if it happened to me, like one of my kids or something.
Mm,
But no, I guess I do not feel that way.
no, some monsters just need to be put down.
Yeah,
It
and
sounds like he's one of them. I don't know much about the case at all. I've not looked into it at all. Um, but I'm certainly happy to cover it with you if you want.
it's gonna be hard, and I do have some paperwork to read, not tonight, but at another night, and we could follow the case. I worry I don't wanna use the girl's name that he murdered.
Well, I've thought about that too,
Mhm.
but we kind of have to because, well, we don't have to. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
My question is, do we have to? Because nobody knows who he is, but everybody knows who she is.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
we're not exploiting anything by using her name. It's using her name and doing drama that I'm not going to do.
No.
I'm not going to hashtag her name in the title of anything and then go off on someone else and do some kind of drama stream. If her name is in the title, that's what we're talking about, period. You know what I mean? I
And
think that's what I feel really strongly about. When people
I do
hashtag
too.
those kids' names and then they're up there talking about each
Hey,
other,
Abe.
uh, hey Abe, up there talking about each other and up there, doing drama or whatever, and no one's talking about the child that's hashtagged in your title.
Yeah.
That I have a problem with. But if we're
Or
covering the trial, I don't mind hashtagging her name because that's how people know who this is.
or going to her mother's place and look, I do think the mother is culpable 100%. But I wouldn't go and protest in front of her house. You know why? Because I know now for a fact, heard it straight from the horse's mouth, that the people who do that absolutely hinder the investigation.
Yeah, I've never seen the thank you, Infidel. I agree. We do have lovely people over here. In fact,
We do.
I was watching another chat and it was all haters. It was all people who hate her. And she wants them to stand there for the engagement. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. No, thank you.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no.
uh, I don't need your engagement that badly. I'm good. Anyway, yeah, I don't have any intention of, I don't see how, going over and harassing uh,
No.
families that have been through a tragedy or crisis, whether they're guilty or not, doesn't matter. I don't understand the point in going over and harassing and, interrupting the whole neighborhood, bothering every damn body, all hours of the day and night, so that your YouTube channel can have views. I mean, let's be real. That's what it's for. It's not because you care about a missing child. It's because you want your views on your channel. And I don't care. I don't need views like that. I don't want views like that. I'm not interested.
No. No, and I'm not interested in getting arrested. Um, Is it not better to use her name and then not use his name? The mom hasn't been arrested, so I feel she should be left alone. I agree. Now, I have strong feelings about the mom, but I wouldn't use her name right now in a title of anything. I'm not look, we're not gonna do this drama bull crap anymore. And I wrote today or yesterday, I don't remember. I've wasted enough of my time on people who they do not matter in my life.
Right.
And
100%.
yeah,
100%.
and you have
People
too.
people who wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire. Why do I care what they think? I don't.
Right.
Don't care. Go ahead.
They
Don't
have
like me. If you wanna spend your day thinking about me, go ahead. I don't. I don't choose not to do that. I'm not spending my day thinking about you. I promise. I promise I'm not.
no,
So,
no,
I just don't care. I don't care. I'm interested in being peaceful with anyone who's interested in being peaceful with me. That's
me
it.
too.
You don't wanna be peaceful? That's
Absolutely.
fine. We can be nothing. I'm
Hey,
fine with that too.
serendipity. Yeah, we can be nothing, and I somehow will survive, and so
Right,
will
get me
Wendy.
be throwing away all my drama clothes. It's true, like, I don't care. I mean, maybe something will happen and we'll care again one day, but I don't care at all right now. I feel so it's stupid, and every time I watch people do it, I feel like, "Ain't you tired?" Like, I just, "Ain't you tired? Ain't you tired of this?"
Right.
Huh,
I see the
I'm
same
tired.
people going back and forth. I just saw a title where somebody is going after the same person they've been for like years, and it's I'm just like, man, what more is there to say?
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you, say it is. Thank you. And somebody asked, what about Richard? Well, what about him? You know what?
right.
He's stuck living his life.
Okay? He don't care if you're talking about him. In fact, he probably wants you talking about him.
Yeah.
And what is there to say? He's still scum,
Mhm.
you know? Today's Wednesday, he's still scum. Okay. That's it. What are you gonna say?
Well, you're in the right place, Nana Patty, for not liking drama because it's just old. And there's nothing left to be said about Richard. I've done all I can do. I put the facts out there and I've shown all the facts that I can show. Hey, Rosewater.
Right.
And if people still, and I see, people going and supporting him and getting on his panel, and, they're kind of half flirting, half confronting. I want nothing to do with that. That to me is disgusting. But it's also, where I have to say, it's also none of your business, Randy. It's none of my
Mhm.
business.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not I've never been subscribed to him, so I don't even know what it is that you're talking about. Like, so people are
Yeah.
over there, are they confronting him and telling him about himself or
Kinda, sorta, but in a nice way where he
like trying to help him change?
possible. I don't think so. I think they are just using him for views and subscribers, and I
Mm,
could be wrong. They may just think it's fun to be on, panel, with him.
yeah,
But right, state is mostly kissing ass. I can't take it.
nah, no thanks.
So, and if I don't even listen to the drama streams. I just don't care. It, and I don't know. I don't know what hit me. It just hit me. I'm like, I'm done with this.
Yeah,
Well, Valerie, drama's okay if I'm not involved.
right.
But
Yeah, yeah, no, I totally feel this. I don't like it like I used to. We used to love a good drama SmackDown, but
yeah.
back in the day, they weren't like they are now. Now it's really hateful. Like it's like genuine feelings of rage and hate. And before it was just throwing tomatoes. We used to call it right. It was supposed to be. It was light. It wasn't deep seeds of actual hatred.
Yeah. And when we got a real lifer, we didn't play with them.
Right. We didn't fuck with real lifers. We left them alone.
Mhm. And
Now
now
everyone's getting sued, everyone's people get doxxed right out the gate. I just don't I don't do that. I'm not interested in that. and I can't stop anybody who is interested. And if they, no, so don't be coming to me telling me to stop so and so from doing it. I can't. I have
Right,
control over
you
one
can't.
person, and that's me.
Right. So, and I know, like I said, that case, it's gonna be something I'm not 100% sure if I'm if I
When is
can.
that trial? I think you've already told me.
November. It's the end, it's late November. I think November 26th is when it starts. And
Whoa! I thought it was like in February.
not
That's
November, February. I keep saying November, February.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm like, at Thanksgiving? What the hell's what the hell?
Yeah,
You're
no,
gonna
I
kill
wouldn't do
your
it at
Christmas?
Thanksgiving, and I do have
Okay.
things in March that I have to, we have a lot of birthdays in March, so I'm just not 100% sure. But if I don't get to go, we'll still cover it here.
Yeah.
Um, but for some reason, with Jules going, I thought, well, that'll make me feel better. At least, if I get overwhelmed, she can talk me down. She's been to a lot of trials, and
Well, and maybe you can skip the days
right, Rosewater.
where, the really difficult things are gonna be shown, like medical
I
examiner
actually
stuff.
thought about that. I thought on those days, if I don't think I can handle it, then I absolutely will not handle it. I'm not gonna
Right.
push myself
Absolutely.
to.
Yeah. Like, why should you? Why should you? And God forbid, I don't want you to ever become a person that could handle that, you know? Like, we don't need I don't it's okay if you don't handle that. Who
Thank you,
could?
Stadius. Well, because even last night, me and Wendy were texting about it, and I was about to cry, and she's like, "Why are you about to cry?" And I'm so mad. Like, I'm so sad for that baby girl, but I'm so mad at him. So mad at, um, what happens. And then also, y'all listen to me. There is a there is a woman. I just started watching this today. She shot her mom, then stabbed her, dismembered her, cooked her in the oven, some of her, and just threw her body parts out in the backyard for people to find.
Oh my god.
Yeah, me too, Lori C. And they said the day before, there were some people there working on their house, and she was putting spells on them.
Oh boy.
This, that, did you say that, Healthy Family Farce? You did too, Serendipity? And I'm just like, what the heck?
So is she gonna be
Yes,
insane?
trigger warning. Well,
Is
yeah,
that gonna be insanity then, I would imagine?
that was my first, I'm like, she's gonna plead insanity.
Yeah.
But just so y'all know, these people who are thinking they're okay, like Betty, the what did she call herself? An investigative reporter. That's what she called herself. When did this happen? Where? It happened in Kentucky.
I don't know the
Um,
details of the Madeline Soto case. Like, I don't know what he did to her.
things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I guess I don't know. So I'm gonna need to get a backstory at some point. I guess I'm gonna have to watch something and get a backstory. But
Yeah, because there's new
um,
stuff about it, and I would love to cover the news stuff and on and off. Just throw it in and because
as we're
if
leading up to it, you mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
um, the thing. Okay, so what I was saying, like people that are that are YouTubers or they're on YouTube and they're calling themselves investigative reporters. And right now, the only one, I did, Lori, yes, um, that I can think of right now is Bullhorn Betty because I heard her call herself an investigative reporter, and I don't watch her. I don't
Me
know
either.
what had me. Hey, Warrior Grandma, love you.
Hey, where your
Um,
grandma?
what had me watching that day? But just so you know, Dog the Bounty Hunter is actually suing people now because that's how much they're hindering these cases. Sit down and let the people who know what they know. do their job.
Right. She's not an investigative reporter. She is a busybody loudmouth. That's a different. You're not investigative reporter, ma'am. That's not what you are. You've had no
No.
training. You're a loudmouth and you're a nosy fuck and you've got balls of brass apparently. So you're willing to go into places where you know nobody wants you and people have asked you not to be there and people have gone to the courts to make you stay away and you still don't want to take a hint. But
Right,
whatever,
Rosewater.
do you?
Right. I mean, well, if you're getting sued, and now they're making it a point to sue people because they're sick of it. They're fed up.
Mhm.
The police are
She's got
fed up.
protective orders against her now
Yeah,
from the Sebastian Stan what family Sebastian, I think it's Stan. I'm not sure. I don't know. No, that's not Sebastian Stan. Sebastian Rogers?
Rogers.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Sebastian Stan is
Hey,
one of the
Craig.
Avengers. Right.
Oh,
Uh,
and he's from Tennessee, and you know, I asked the private investigators, because the private investigators that were on the case with Sarah, they have a nonprofit organization where they help find missing people.
yeah,
Some are not alive and some of them are. And I asked them about Sebastian, and they didn't get to go look because they did have people reach out. They didn't get to go look because they had other cases. But there's so many missing kids, and of
yeah,
course, I asked them things about Summer Wells. They only had opinions,
yeah,
because I would love just something, anything, come up, anything.
yeah. Right, infidel lady. I've
Same.
never understood that. I've never understood screaming at family members when you don't know. Um, yeah, standing in front of their home. I don't get it. You don't know if they're guilty or not. I mean, you can have your opinions, but I mean, that's why we have a court of law. People are innocent until proven guilty. Going over there and heckling their family, I don't get it. I don't understand why anyone can feel good about doing that.
Yes. I sat with a woman one day that was neighbors with oh I may have Petito, the laundries. Okay. She was
Yes.
neighbors with the laundries. And she said it was absolutely awful. You couldn't
Yeah, it's
sleep,
terrible.
you couldn't leave, you couldn't,
Mhm.
and these are just people who just they were a nuisance.
Well, yeah, because they take up the whole damn street. You can't leave your house.
Mhm.
They're loud as hell. They're playing ridiculous music or noises or videos. They've got their bullhorn, of course. You
Mhm.
know, when the Molly Golightly outside of the laundry's house, you know, with her dirty laundry and this house should be burned and like, what are you
Mhm.
doing? What are you doing? Why do you
It
think you're doing something helpful here?
right.
I don't get it.
It's so it just, and talking to these people and seeing how they really feel and what they really go through because of people like that, that's what they need to do. Go talk to someone who is actually on the case
Right.
looking
Yes,
for
and
these
tell them.
people.
Yes, normal people cringe in embarrassment. Yeah, because I remember when Quentin when the police had found him in the dump in the landfill
Mhm.
after searching for however long they searched, you know, they found him. And the people with the bullhorns were taking credit. Like somehow they did
Uh,
something. You didn't do anything. Were you in the landfill digging? No,
hey, Aaron. Well,
you weren't doing
I
anything.
exactly. That's somebody clipped Betty, and it may have been Hartley. I'm not sure though. Saying, "Hey, Florida Gray, I almost called you last night."
Hey, Florida Gray, heard you got a
Um,
shout out the other day buying subscribers. Shame on you.
but yeah, somebody bought some Ford truck. They're in trouble. I don't know who. Not saying any names. Don't know.
Well,
But,
Merb is not happy about it.
uh, but
She had herself a whole tantrum. It was great.
she took. We saw Justice through. We went and we saw Justice through. That's what. Hey, Stadias, we go. So good to see you. Um, Bullhorn Betty was saying, "But you didn't even go to the trial, Betty. What
Yeah,
justice did you see through?
you didn't do anything.
You
And I
no,
didn't
you
know
wasn't
that
in the landfill."
before we keep going, I didn't know that that was true about Florida Gray. I figured Merv was crazy and lying as per usual. So I don't know what the story is at all, but I hope everything's okay. Seriously, to be serious,
Well,
I thought Merv was just attacking her because she doesn't like anybody growing ever.
yeah, Melissa, yes.
But whatever. Sorry.
Well,
Anyway,
I'm a big time lurker, and I'm sorry that I'm a lurker, but I'm usually doing things with my hands, like knitting or something like that, Florida Gray. And Florida Gray said, um, she wrote a letter to YouTube and asked them to take them back.
I didn't know
Like,
that someone
you
had did that.
go.
Okay. I didn't know that someone had done that to her or for her or whatever. I didn't know that. I figured
Well,
Merv was just crazy. Yes, Data Patty. A few of the
but
people got a
I
couple
agree.
of shout outs Saturday night. Somebody decided she was gonna the whole thing is shady. Oh dear. I'm so sorry, Florida Gray. I didn't know. I didn't know at all. I just figured she was being nuts.
Me too, Lord D. Well, I gotta admit, I was told that Merv mentioned us, in her rave, but I didn't listen to all of it.
I didn't hear
But
anything about us. What did she
I
say
was
about
gonna
us?
say I didn't hear anything about what I listened to. I didn't hear anything.
Same.
So,
What I listened to, I didn't hear anything about us at all.
and it's just a bunch of it was a rerun.
Yeah, it was whining about as always. But the thing
Yeah.
is that she doesn't. I wish that she would show some proof of the things that she's saying. All
Well,
these horrible things that people have said to you and these terrible videos that people have made. Where are they?
well, and the thing is, you know, I have heard apologies given for the things that she's accusing people of. And
And she's just not ever going to forget it ever.
no.
Oh, well then, so be it. You've gotten your apology. I guess if you don't
Right.
want to forget, I guess that is what it is. But all people can do is, do better.
Yeah.
Apologize if they need to, and do better.
Yeah.
Um,
That's it.
it really
You know,
is.
because I believe that Florida Gray is someone who leaves people better than when she found them, and I feel the same way about Hell to the No. Not yet, Astra. This is, I guess, the build up. I don't know.
Yeah, we will. Sorry, we're just chit chatting about other things that have
Y-
gone on since we've been live. We haven't been live in a few
yeah.
days.
So what I was saying was, so since I'm spending time with my grandchildren, um, I figure Monday we start Delphi. Does
Okay.
that sound good?
Yeah.
And,
What time?
slowly getting together a playlist.
Okay.
It sucks that,
Yeah, it's
we're
not we're not gonna be able to watch inside the courtroom
yeah,
stuff, but we'll get synopsis and, people who do
right,
know.
Tracy.
We can get what they know, and we can go through it.
If I didn't think that Jim would have a come apart, I would just go on up because Indiana's not that far of a drive,
But,
and the
will they
pe
let you in the courtroom?
yes, they're letting people in, but you cannot record anything. You cannot it.
Where are you following it, Serendipity? Like, is there someone that's covering some of it, or is there somebody that does a recap every night, or Lori D? It's still ongoing, as far as I know.
Oh yeah, it is, and and I certainly, who I don't want to ever get mad at me, and that's Gray Hughes. Not that he even knows I'm alive, but I'm not convinced that, and you know this because I've told you, I'm not convinced that Richard Allen is the bridge guy, but he is so certainly convinced that, and he was on one of the news channels last night, and I'm like, you know, see that there, Nana Patty, I don't know. I think it would be so much, but I did see a police interview that said after the trial, you'll know what we know. And I'm like, well, tell us, what do you know?
So, okay, well, I mean, yeah, that's all I can hope for is that they know more than is public, obviously, and, if they feel like they have the right guy, then so be it, but all I've ever heard is that, um, there's a lady who's covering it. Oh, okay. All I've ever heard is that, he was in a psychosis when he confessed to all these things. Something about the bullet isn't, coming together.
Well, it was
Um,
his bullet, but it wasn't a casing, it was a not the bullet had not been shot. Anybody could have got that bullet and planted it there. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. You
You
think
think
there's
there was
more than
more
one
than
person that was there?
I don't.
I mean, so all of that is, I mean, that's reasonable doubt, honestly. But I
I
mean, but we don't know what's happening inside the trial. We don't know. Like maybe they're proving more things.
He supposedly meant well, they said exactly, Pammy B. They said that he knew things that only the killer would know. And you know what I keep thinking of? And I don't want to get emotional, but these two little girls were very best friends.
Yeah.
And all I keep thinking is he used, you know that line in The Green Mile where John Coffey is saying he used their love against them.
Mhm.
I think that's what happened in this case. He used their love against them.
How? What do you mean?
I mean, you do this or I'm going to do this to her.
Oh. Didn't you tell me that one of the girls was dressed in the other girl's clothes?
Mhm.
Weren't they very different sized girls though?
They were I know, I'm sorry, Steadiest, but that's all I can think of. They were different sizes and the clothes were wet. So imagine even no matter how much bigger the clothes are, wet clothes are hard to get on.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't understand unless her clothes were left somewhere else.
Hmm.
Well, the hair in her hand has been identified as her sister's hair.
Damn, that's not very helpful.
I looked her up, um, her Instagram, and she's all about them prosecuting the right person because what has been 6 years, I think.
Only 6?
I think so.
I thought it was even more than that.
Maybe 7. I have to look it up.
Wow.
It
Oh, Lori, are you not feeling well, honey? I'm sorry.
Oh, what did it say? I missed it. I'm so sorry. Andrea Burkhart is covering the trial. I'm sure I've found her, but I'll look her up. I'm so sorry you're sick.
RSV.
Oh, that time of year.
I'll be saying some prayers for you, Lori D. That's scary, girl.
She dropped him off that day. Well, that would make sense. That would definitely make sense.
7 years on the Delphi case, they're saying. Wow.
Hey, Elsie.
Same, Astra. That's all I keep thinking. Like they were so desperate to find somebody to hang on this,
Yes.
case.
Mhm.
And now they've got some guy who is in a psychosis who said a bunch of things. And I don't know.
Oh,
But
Gray
see that
Hughes thinks it's a convenient psychosis. Thank you, Elsie. Thank you.
well, like I said, I have not been
And it
following the
could
case, so
be.
I don't want to say anything that's gonna change anybody's mind. I'm sure Gray Hughes knows more than I do. Since he's all down the rabbit hole in this case. He's been following
Well, I
this for
mean, they're
years.
asking him on CNN. They certainly ain't asking Randall or Wendell, "Hey, y'all come over here and give y'all's opinion." We're like, "We don't know."
Well, didn't he and Katie used to fight over this case? Back in the day, he and Katie even went to blows over this case.
I don't remember if
Yeah,
they did.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, she used to fight with him.
the whole damn thing, it's not far from home for us. Really, Steadius.
Oh, Heather King, I'm so sorry. Put me in oh my gosh. Take care of yourself, Heather. I'm sorry to hear that.
Hey, Cheyenne. Yep, I've been watching some hidden true crime. What I missed why am I in top chat? No. There's Heather King. Pneumonia,
Yes,
I'm
they
so
did.
glad.
Yeah, right, Lordy, infidel
Oh.
lady. They remembered. Yeah, Katie and Gray Hughes used to go at it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not willing to go at it with him. That would be me swinging at the wind and saying, "Yeah,
No, there's no
but"
reason to think about it. If he, look, all I'm interested in are the facts. If he has facts that, has convinced him,
I
then
haven't heard his
great.
facts.
I don't know what they are. So that's
I've been listening. I've
honestly,
not the only facts that I've heard him say, I'm sorry to interrupt, was that he confessed 61 times. That's the facts.
yeah, but again, though, if he was in some psychosis, what makes that credible? Is there anything else?
Maybe he knows more than he's a big true crime person of LCW, and Delphi is ongoing. Lauren Mathis from Hidden True Crime is there. She's been sleeping outside to get a seat in the courthouse.
Oh boy.
She recently
Recently
received a
received.
reserved seat from Richard Allen's wife. That's what you
Wow.
do. There you go, girl. There you
Yeah.
go.
You gotta rub elbows with people over there that Randy knows. Randy rubbed elbows with everybody. Yeah, okay, confessed with details not known by the public. Okay, so that
Yeah,
does make a difference, you're right.
it does. Hey, Shamat, love you.
Mm. Hey, Shamat, good to see you, honey.
So I want those girls to get the justice they deserve, and you know, and their parents, their friends, to have some kind of peace. You know, that's Hidden True Crime is live
What we
now.
I mean, that's what we want for every case we cover.
Yes.
But the thing is, the thing and okay, so this is where forgive me. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Don't come for me, okay? I'm just being honest. The thing about the Sarah Boone case, it was a tragedy for sure.
Mhm.
But she was fun to make fun of. We were able to laugh a little at the just shenanigans that happened, with
Yes.
her.
Yeah.
Not to make light of what happened to George. I think we were all pretty convinced he was going to get his justice, and we were glad for it, right?
Mhm.
But at the same time, the trial was enjoyable because she was such an ass and such an idiot, and it was fun to watch her completely drown herself, right?
Yes.
These cases, like with Madeline Soto and the
Mhm.
Delphi kiddos, there's nothing funny at all about any of
No.
that.
No.
I don't even know how you make that light in any
No,
way.
that I don't know that we could make it light. We
And I don't
can
know, so I'm worried about us mentally and emotionally doing these back to back to back to back. You know what I mean?
well, I definitely think that we should take breaks in between.
Yeah.
That's why, I haven't messaged and said, "Hey, let's start Delphi this week," because even though and no, I'm not saying that the case was hard on me to go to because it wasn't, but seeing the suitcase,
Yeah,
hearing
for
the
sure. Yes, there were definitely hard
yeah,
parts of the Sarah Boone case for sure. Especially, every time they played those videos for some reason, you'd think it would be easier to watch, but it wasn't. Every time
no,
those videos played, it was worse for
I
me.
don't think so, healthy family farce. Yes, because like I said, when I first heard them, I had more faith in for some reason, in Sarah Boone. So, it just made it, um, I giggled at the way she was so drunk, but I did not put myself seeing Mm. I just believed her. He got in the suitcase and she teased him and then went to bed. I believed her.
Yeah.
But then knowing exactly what happened,
Yeah.
um, mm,
Yeah, the
it's
Darrell Brooks one will be another one that will be fun to laugh at. Uh, not obviously because of the tragedy, but because of, again, courtroom shenanigans and the fact that, the people got their justice.
mm,
So that one will be a little lighter, even though
for
it's
sure.
a terrible, horrible tragedy. And I cried several times during that trial too. Um, but he was, he's so outrageous in the courtroom that you can't help but,
Well, yeah, there's this other guy who killed. I'm not gonna be able to remember his name, but he killed the mother of his child and tried to kill his child. Hey, Earthbound Spirit. I'm I'll look into it. This burn pile murder is I'm some into that too. That's a good one.
they did
And
closing arguments today.
on burn pile,
Yeah.
probably.
Or recently they did closing art. So that one's just ending.
Yeah, I don't think it'll take the jury long. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But this guy who he did all this bad stuff. Then I think he set the house on fire too. But he was representing himself, and he acted like when he started doing statements, he was acting like things that he saw on TV. Is it true? And the judge is like, mm-mm,
All of
calm
a
it
sudden he's
down.
Columbo.
Yes. And like you can't defend his son, bless his little heart, testified, and he got to question his son.
Wow.
And yeah, he's like, son, did I try to hurt you? And he said, yes, you did. Oh, that's when I was like, "Ugh."
Why would you ask him that? Duh. Well, and then what's wrong with you? My God.
Right.
Why would you ask him that?
Oh, he didn't. He killed the mom, and it was she had a special needs child that he killed, and he tried to kill the son too. I don't know why. Yes, please hit the like for my self-esteem,
All right,
please.
let's go. Let's get off of this. Okay. I can't do any more dead children. I just can't. It's
Yes, Heather
killing me.
King. Yes. His hair was standing straight up, which made it even. So the first letter, I can bring it in.
Okay. Yes. So remember I told you guys about that just a lazy gamer guy? Or just a lazy gamer. I forget the name of his channel, something like that.
Yeah.
He posted a video the other day, which is the newest Sarah, right? The newest Sarah Boone letter. Okay.
Yes. Do
And
y'all
we
wanna hear the
knew,
newest or go over one of the old ones first?
oh, it doesn't matter. We can go. Well, one of the old ones we've already heard on my channel, but I'm sure we could hear it again. If you
Oh,
want.
well, it's up
Um,
to you.
I don't know which old one it is. She's written many letters, as you know.
This
And
is true.
we knew that as soon as she went back to jail, that she would have her pen and paper in hand and be working on her, strongly worded letter to whomever
A
this time.
novel, if you will.
Yeah,
A novel. But then
always
again,
working on her novels. And she's still in court battle with her ex over
uh-huh.
the alimony that she thinks she's entitled to. And so the letters are about that we're going to talk about tonight. Yes.
Yes.
All right. So
And
if you want to bring
this
in an old one first, go ahead. Yeah, let's bring in the old one first if you want. And if it's the one we already read, then I'll just tell you.
yeah, just tell me and I can end it right there. And what I did was, I made a little video out of it. Hopefully,
But is someone reading it or do we have to read it?
we have to read this one.
Oh
I'm
my God. Okay.
sorry. I can
Well,
read it.
there's a whole channel of guy who reads them all, so we don't have to. It's great. But that's all right. Bring it in. It's just hard to read her crap.
Okay, here it is.
All right. You're gonna have to read it. I can't see that.
You can't see it?
I mean, I can, but I'm not enough to read it.
Okay. Judge Michael Dean. In all my attempts, 16 plus, to protect myself and help from the still ongoing hate, lies, slander, degradation, cruelty, and active abuse from former husband Brian C. Boone. Have y'all was this one that y'all read?
I'm not sure. Keep going.
Nothing has been improved, made better, corrected, relieved in any way for
I think
myself.
so. I think so because I said that somebody needs to take away this woman's thesaurus. Okay, enough. You can say, it's bad without telling me it's bad, horrible, awful, terrible. You don't need to tell me all the words. Somebody needs to throw
Right.
her thesaurus in the trash.
All she had to say was, it's still bad.
It's still bad. All the it's not been corrected, made better, relieved. Stop it.
Knock it off, lady. Well, then we can share the other one, which we'll make sure that
Well, keep going. This is short. Go. Keep going. It's fine.
okay. Um
All of
let's
her letters are like that, to be fair. All of her letters are like
and
that.
y'all right now, I apologize. I can't see chat. Let's see. Corrected, relieved in any of myself. The respondent from former husband. The court or judge, I have tried everything. I've made inunmendable, inunmendable request.
Innumerable.
Innumerable. Sorry about that, y'all.
All right.
And sent many letters asking for aid from all with no success or assistance, listening or
Care.
oh look, see, I was like, is that cane? Cone? Care.
I'm using my context clues. It's care. Like nobody
Okay.
cares, basically, is what she's saying. Other than
By
myself.
by anyone other than myself. Oh, she did that. Trying to relieve or altogether stop something in inappropriateness, bitterness, anger, and wrongdoing.
Stop his inappropriateness, bitter anger, and wrongdoing. Again, throw that damn thesaurus in the trash.
Yes, and I have to say
You're
she's
hurting
somewhat
us.
writes like me because I actually, um, do that when I'm writing. I'll connect a word that doesn't look like the word, but I can read my writing, but hers I can't. Please see list below of my letters sent to you and the court per the Records Management Division of the Clerk of the Courts. Something about the active dissolution of the marriage. Um, oh, good. Okay, I got that part. To Management Division of Clerk of Courts for the third time, getting a copy of my active dissolution of marriage agreement. Now that's capitalized. I cannot have. I cannot have because they are wanting payment in order to receive, and I'm in jail. I also have no bank account after the one I had who closed after having for 30 years due to non-payment of alimony from former husband and stated in prior letters. And here's where she did a little mathy math. Can y'all see that?
Oh, nice. Yes, very nice.
Yeah. She's like, let me do the
Those are
numbers
the
for
listed
you.
those are the letters. No, those are the letters that she's written.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, look at how many there are. My God.
Right. This is why they
She
don't like you, Sarah. I hope you
This is
get
why
your
none of us
tablet
like
out.
you.
Yeah.
It's too much, Sarah. It's too much.
You have continuously enabled him and given him a self-appointed right and understanding to keep doing,
Hold on.
saying
If they enabled him and they've given him this right, then it's not self-appointed, ma'am.
right.
But
Well,
whatever.
this is the thesaurus failed her right there.
And this
And
is the woman who thinks that her bank account was closed because of
you cut out. Hello? Y'all, is it me or Wendell?
it was me. Am I back?
Oh, yeah, you're back.
Okay. I'm back. All right. It's closed because you murdered somebody, ma'am. And your
Yeah,
alimony payment stopped because you're in jail. You don't need alimony.
that actually tends to happen when you kill someone. I mean, I don't know who is gonna break it to her because obviously
But it's not her. It's never her, Randy. It's never her. It's this all
mm-mm.
this stuff just happens to her. It's not because of her.
No, of course not. Okay, so and taking everything wrongfully and illegally from me, including and especially the love and respect from my son. It is not okay. This is what I really liked about this letter because of her son standing up to her.
Yes.
Quotes, "You are not important to anyone." That's from her former husband, numerous dates.
Yes. Yeah, this is
You are
the
not,
letter we read.
huh?
I love it. This is the letter we read. Yes. Keep going.
Okay, it's a good letter. You are
It's good.
not
Yeah.
priority, former husband, numerous dates. Dad says you're annoying and beg all the time. Son. Told me after asking him to ask former husband if he finally ordered a book and a hot meal after being made to call daily to check in for 13 weeks.
Oh my God. You
I mean,
harassed him for a book and a meal.
how can he get her a hot meal?
I
DoorDash?
don't know. I
Do
don't
they
know. But then the son said, dad says you're annoying and you beg all the time. Where's the lie? I'm
right.
sorry. Where's the lie? That's true, though. That is the truth.
I lie to you because I can. Dad does all the time, said son.
And I don't
You
blame either of them. Don't blame
uh-uh.
them. I would too.
And what's the lie, Sarah? I mean,
Yes, that's what I just said. What is the lie?
and
Where's the
again,
lie? You are annoying and you
she
beg all the
repeats.
time.
Yeah. You make no difference in our lives. Former husband, numerous dates, 9/14/23 is the most recent.
Well,
You
true. Again, where's the lie?
repeated yourself there. What else needs to be done to me by my former husband in order for you to help me? What else can I do? I have not done for any relief on my side. Stop enabling. Judicially, you must know this is wrong in how I am being treated. I am told every time when trying to reduce any my things are covering it up,
Hit
mistreatment.
play.
Huh?
Hit play. It'll go up.
Oh, there it goes. Anguish or mistreatment from former husband. I missed it. Anyway, no
Oh,
one will cooperate. The judge doesn't care. It's all right. The judge doesn't care what you write. My son now says the same when I correct him on how he is being mean and rude to me.
no, he's not. He's telling you the truth. Somebody needs to. The judge doesn't care what you write. That is the truth. There's nothing wrong with that. But sure, tell him he's being mean to you, you big crybaby.
Right. And now that the child is 14 years old, I bet he doesn't even get on the phone with her anymore because,
I
like I
hope
said,
he
this is
doesn't.
from
I hope he
23.
doesn't. I hope neither one of them take another call from her.
Oh,
Sorry, they don't live here.
I'd say after the alimony debacle, when it gets done, they're done.
I would hope so.
Just my opinion. He never, I guess, is going to do anything for you until your trial is over. And even then, it will still all be in my favor. My other document is ready to go so I can take the rest. I have an attorney. You deserve nothing. You mean nothing.
Again, where's the
Then,
lie?
right, the former husband gets his precious attorney. She said precious. She said
His precious attorney. Uh-huh. Yeah.
to file another answer denying allegations because I'm telling the truth all the time about his awful lies and I am right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sure.
But you're not telling the truth, Sarah. Former husband encourages my son to keep lying and overall being mean to me, his mother. former husband is
Hi, baby.
teaching, yeah, and rejecting a terrible example of how women can and should be treated. Nonetheless, the
Are you
mother
kidding? Are you kidding, Sarah? Are you telling your son how to treat men?
listen
By
here,
shoving
she
them in a suitcase and beating them with a stick?
and she is serious because you know how you could tell she's using capitals?
Oh my god.
The mother of his child. This is egregious, I think, is what she wanted, and wrong.
Okay.
Please read my prior motion for case
No.
management hearing I sent on 6/28/23 with no response to date. I wonder why, Sarah.
Well,
I'm
I'm gonna
requesting
talk to you about
again, please, to schedule. It is there. Okay, good. It is fair, and there are too many topics to be discussed, including my attorney to write, and I only have one pen.
Sorry. She only has one pen, Randy. What's she supposed to do?
How many pens do you need?
Obviously more than one. So rude.
Mm. That's what you should have brought with them itty bitty pens. They gave her a big pen on her last day. I noticed that. Um,
Or a big pen too, right up her butt.
to schedule is trying to be discussed, including my attorney. Try I only have one pen. Necessary, lawful, active, important topics.
God.
What is the certified notice of delinquent support filed on 8/3/23? Please grant my motion and schedule my imperative, excuse me, overdue owed meeting. Everyone needs and must have the same understanding now and the future. It is fair. What else can I do? What's left except for begging, which former husband says I do all the time? Yeah, I wonder why he says that, Sarah.
He's not wrong.
What am I doing wrong in order?
All of
Yeah,
this is wrong. All of it.
yeah.
Stop it. Stop doing this.
Judge Dean. That's always a good thing. Call them by their name. They like that, I'm
Yeah.
sure. What was the reason for your comment made in your courtroom about former husband violating my constitutional rights? If you're not going to help or uphold said rights and lawfully allow me to use, what's the point? Which constitutional rights, Sarah? That's my question. Have they fooled with?
We don't
Which
know.
ones?
I have no idea. Has she said? She hasn't really said.
No, all of them. So she
Yeah,
all
she
of
said
them.
everything. Okay.
If you're not going to help or uphold said rights and lawfully allow me to use, what's the
I'll be
point?
right back. I can hear you, but I'll be right back.
Okay, why do I even have? You know I do in order for you to remark and see that they are being violated. 9/19/22. Please reschedule. It is my right. It is fair. Sincerely, Sarah Boone. P.S. Please send a copy of this letter so I know it was received and will serve as my receipt. I bet that I wonder if they did that. Um, this is where they tell her, this is like the court document where our decision not to provide legal representation to you does not mean that you do not have a good case or defense. You should be aware that the passage of time might prevent you from pursuing your claim or defense. This is where they're telling her, hire your own attorney. So they're going to make her, I guess she has to hire her own attorney. With what money? I do not know. With a lot of caps and pen running out of ink. Yeah. And of course, this is the order following the case management conference. That's a lot to read, and the other video, the other letter is much more better. Objections of withdrawal, respondent counsel. There were no objections to the withdrawal of. This is where, okay, so she's doing the same thing. It looks like in her not custody but alimony case, firing attorneys because she doesn't like how it's turning out. I agree. All caps, no truth. And like I said, this was in 2023, and I don't think, still to this day, that she has anyone representing her in this case. So I think she's on her own trying to get this alimony. And believe it or not, I did find out that some people who are convicted of crimes do still get their alimony. Now, if she's one of them, I don't know. I hope not. I don't see, because that would need to go towards the child and not Sarah. But this is all the paperwork just telling her that everything's denied, and get your own attorney. I keep hearing something, that's why I keep. So there's that, and it doesn't seem like it, but I put a lot of work into making that. Well, some work. I won't say a lot. She sounds like someone who is used to getting everything she wants. That's what I've said all along, Ginger, is that she was obviously a spoiled child, and because of that, she thinks that she deserves a lot more than what she's getting, and she does. Well, she's about to get it all. Well, that's what they're telling her, pay me, babe. But this was in 2023. She possibly has learned a lesson. I don't know.
No, she hasn't. She didn't learn a damn thing. She learned to
Well,
write longer letters, is what she's learned.
I agree. Now I'm gonna have to step away just a second before we get into this one because I already drank my LaCroix. I'm allowed one a day. That's how much I'm letting myself. I'm hooked on these things now.
Why are you only allowed one a day? They don't have any calories.
It's not. It's the
Carbonation.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
That might irritate my bladder.
Oh, okay. Go. Yeah. I don't know how she could still get alimony. I mean, she doesn't have any expenses.
But do
So
you
if they
know
pay,
that people still do get alimony? It's crazy.
I mean, I heard you just say that,
Yeah.
but I mean, what expenses does she have? $1,000 a month? Like she'd be rich in there. She doesn't need
She would
that.
be rich in jail. She would.
I don't think she needs that. So if she does get some alimony, 50 cents a month, here you go.
Shoot, trust me, Stadius. Coming from someone who has to drink water all the time, the fact that I can drink these and it's guilt free, like I would drink a lot more of them. I really, really like them. I don't think she's gonna get the alimony. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my water.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't think she's going to get her full alimony. I mean, if she gets any at all, I'm sure it will be lower because she doesn't have any expenses other than lawyer fees. So isn't there like mathematical equations that they work out, based on your expenses, your cost of living, etc.? She's not, going to be needing that anytime soon. Right, Ginger. She's learned more synonyms. She got herself a bigger thesaurus. Yes, give it to her son, put it in a trust. Well, yeah, I mean, why give it to her? That money could go to that money could go to college for her boy. And if she was any kind of a decent human, she'd want it to. I hope she doesn't, Earthbound. I hope she doesn't. Well, wait till you hear this next letter that Randy's going to play. He reads it, I believe, for us because I watched this video the other day and definitely wanted you guys to hear it too because it's fantastic. It's just perfect. Especially considering I think it was written after she was found guilty. So it'll be good for you guys to hear it. How much how much could Dr. Pepper and cheese slices cost? I know, right? That's what I'm thinking. Like what 50 cents a month. There you go. There's your alimony. That should pay for everything. I mean, that poor husband has been through enough. I love that he was, he was her rock and her salvation until he started telling her no. And then he was annoying and evil.
Right, I know, Ash. Well,
I don't
she
care.
has
I don't care. She doesn't deserve shit. She killed a man. Fuck her.
don't you get alimony until you
Fold laundry
forever?
in jail and earn 8 cents a day or something. Alimony is to you either to well, it
Married.
depends on the setup. Some alimony is until you remarry, some alimony is until you die, some alimony is, till for only a certain amount of years.
They don't give you soap and shampoo and stuff?
But they give her a way to earn that stuff, right? She can do chores and work and stuff. Don't you try to make me feel sorry for her, Ash. She's a terrible
What?
human.
Okay, so here's what I read.
She deserves
That
to sleep.
that she works like in the kitchen, so she gets a lot of the
There you
good
go.
food.
There you go. See?
And she likes to clean. And I guess they really like her in the kitchen. They like it when she works and all that. So
There you go. Well, perfect. That's why she's gained 40 pounds in prison or in jail.
yeah, I mean, she's small, but she's
But
eating.
those are her words, not mine. I'm not coming after her. She's still very skinny.
Yeah.
But she said she's gained 40 pounds in jail.
Listen, Astra, I started to I've listened to some of her stream because she covered some of the things that Sarah Boone has gotten in trouble for in jail.
Oh, like what? What did she get in trouble for in jail?
Oh, I went
Besides
blank
being
now.
annoying as hell.
That's basically a lot of it.
Yeah.
But now somebody was saying, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. And like one of the officers was willing to move that person, and Sarah's like, "It's okay, it doesn't bother me." What?
Wow.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't that bother you?
that causes the food is nasty, high in fat and carbs. It's not real food. You get noodles and some alleged meat. Ugh.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like a good deal to me, but that's why you don't go to jail.
I can't listen. If I please put money on my books, y'all. If I ever go to jail, please.
Someone take care of me.
Yes, I want to be able to have a little makeup and some books and at least, ramen noodles. They do fancy stuff to ramen noodles in jail. Now,
Yeah.
while I'm thinking, before we pull in the other one, let me tell y'all. So I love when I'm driving, I like to listen to the audiobooks.
Yes.
And I listened to several on this trip, but my favorite one is Riley Keough put out a book, and a lot of the book that is Lisa Marie Presley's daughter. And a lot of the book was Lisa Marie Presley's words that she had written for her autobiography. Julia Roberts read Lisa Marie's part, and Riley read her part. And look, y'all, that was so good. So if you're looking for a book to listen to or read, get that new Lisa Marie book. It's good.
Okay. Well, that's good to
All
know.
right. Yeah. I'm here to help. Well, let me
Nice.
find this other one. What was the name? Tell me, gamer what?
I think it's Just a Lazy Gamer
Okay.
or Just Another Lazy Gamer.
Let's see. The jury saw Sarah Boone's racism, the Sarah Boone letters. I don't think that's it. That might be a good one. Is this it? It wasn't called racism, was it? Let me look. I have the link on my phone. Hold up. There it is. Alimony 5. Where is it?
You want me to try to find it?
Yeah, I found his channel. Wait, it's under I'm under videos. Hold on. Wait, okay. That's what I did wrong. Found it. Okay, I got it.
All right, good.
We just gotta make sure we pause and talk. But we definitely will drop his channel too.
Yeah, I don't think we have to. I don't think he's going to strike us.
Used by former
Yo, I was trying so hard to take screenshots of this and make a little video out of it. I was like, I'm just playing this whole video.
Yeah, it's too good. He reads it for us, man. Reading her stuff is hard.
Yeah.
Like they're out here doing the Lord's work.
They are. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you more
Me
than
too.
you know.
We appreciate you, sir.
Ethan,
He's
I
out here doing
decided
the
to do
Lord's work, man.
And this is a good one. I mean, this from what
Yes.
I heard, I didn't finish it because I wanted it to be new, for me. But this is her
Yeah.
latest.
screen grabs like this because I just think it'll be easier for me to keep
And he tells where he got it from.
track, and I can do this in smaller segments when I find time throughout the day. Also, in the pinned comment, I'm going to have Mo in the Deep Ends video. Make sure you drop a like and check out their coverage. I did not watch their coverage first. I tried to not read as much of this as I could. I want to go into this as blind as possible. Let's dive in. Mr. Martell, I am in receipt of your letter requesting a date to be set for former husbands, she puts husbands in quotes, petition to modify, but have a few concerns and questions before doing so. First, I would like to make it known I have been diagnosed with cancer.
What?
Yes. That is what I wonder. What kind? What? When?
When? When? And why didn't Mr. Owens mention that?
Does he
You don't
just
think
not?
she'd lie about this, do you?
No. I don't know. No, because it's too checkable, I don't
Well,
know.
I have questions.
But then again, we have seen her fix her mouth and tell a lot of lies.
Yeah, all kinds of lies.
Yeah.
So now she's got cancer. Now we're supposed to feel extra sorry for her.
Yes. And she should get alimony because of that.
I guess so, yeah.
Right off the rip. That is actually really, really important because is she going to use this as an argument at sentencing?
Oh,
And I'm awaiting outside
Good point.
very good point.
I say yes to that, sir. Yes.
Professional
Sarah
medical
Boone
consult. And
Sarah Boone thinks says she has cancer now.
Yeah. Tell me if you think
We
speed
don't
it
know
up a
what
little.
kind or anything.
Should we speed it up a little?
Yeah, or I can stop talking. Yeah.
What? You don't have to stop talking. We need to talk.
Don't go too fast though.
Yeah, I think you're right. Y'all let me know if that's too much.
and treatment options. I do not know the level of severity, duration of time, or outcome of any of this, nor the effect it will have on my case, which I am currently incarcerated for, which would be the case she just was found guilty of second-degree murder for. Or
So she doesn't know what. Maybe I need to slow it back down. She doesn't know basically anything. I mean, of her cancer.
No, she doesn't know how it's going to affect her case. That's what she's saying.
Honey, it ain't. You know who
Right.
else had
Why would
cancer?
it?
The Night Stalker guy. He had cancer. They didn't let him out.
or in the case at hand with former husband. As said in my previous letter, no one has a crystal ball. I do not know 4 months in advance my location or status, making it impossible to determine. Let me find here. The best day to choose from which you have proposed. With that being said, my questions are as follows. What are the requirements under Florida law stating a mediation needs to be scheduled for the petition to modify? Please provide documentation so I can understand the practices, procedures, and protocols for this area of family law and can abide accordingly. I can also have a general timeline of what to expect if possible, other than a letter from your firm telling me what I have to do. Please provide copies of all documents we discussed, which includes original marriage paperwork, free modifications to see and compare specifically what is being requested to be modified. Please send contact information, location, and credentials of the selected mediator, Karen Middlecoff, Esquire. What is her affiliation with the Martell firm? How was she selected? Will former husband be in attendance? Who all will be included in during this meeting? Who is the judge overseeing this case and receiving copies of all correspondence, signing, approving paperwork? Is there going to be an agenda for discussion during the meeting to be received in advance for preparation and review? What if selected date has to be changed due to unforeseen complications or circumstances? Will I be penalized, rescheduled? Is the point of this mediation to try to force me into signing an agreement, the only terms available presented by former husband, or are modifications going to be allowed for discussion also in order?
Her husband is in for a shit ride. You know it?
Oh, he's been living this shit ride for his whole, for years.
Yeah. Sheesh.
For both parties to be included in the final agreements for with the best possible outcome. What if I do not agree?
You won't.
How is a video conference scheduled? Will this be a private meeting? Is face-to-face an option? As said, I do not know what date is best for me considering my current situation, with an S, situations, and now health complications. By answering and explaining further, the aforementioned concern and questions will most definitely assist in my decision-making. Your expedited response is greatly appreciated, as well as providing all requested documents and information. Thank you in advance for your assistance, patience, and cooperation. I am continuing my pursuit of seeking representation and still doing everything I can with the minute amount of resources I have available. I am not giving up in any way. So again, thank you all for who are involved for your patience. I look forward to your response. Sincerely, Sarah Boone. And this is
We have another one.
What did he say?
Honestly.
Is there more?
Yeah, I didn't know there's another letter.
Oh, well, let's hear what he says. Can we hear what he says?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about the same video. I thought it was just one letter, but no.
Oh.
To Judge Dean. After coming back from an outside medical appointment for my cancer and surgery, I really wanted to call my son and hear his voice and brighten my long, arduous day. In doing so, he was checking the mail, telling me I had a letter from you and wanted to be helpful and read for me. The document was an order to dispense mediation, stating the order was granted by you. 2 parties can move forward, meaning former husband and his attorney. I'm just told what to do and have no representation. The case is set for trial when the court remains over jurisdiction in this instance case. What does that mean? When my 11-year-old was finished reading, his response was, so this is supposed to be what her 11-year-old said. I'm sorry, I don't know what dad's trying to do now. I myself am trying to figure out what new underhand. So that, okay, there's an end quote there. I was going to say this cannot be the 11-year-old. I myself am trying to figure out what new underhanded terror he's attempting. So I decided to call him directly and ask, why was this sent to him and not me, the other party? What else am I not receiving or being informed about regarding this matter? Why did he not communicate anything with me or with me during any of the multitudinous phone calls And we've had since this order was granted.
Sorry. Multitudinous.
There's
That's
a word for you.
y'all. That's a word, multitudinous.
Imagine how well she said she calls every single day.
Oh, I believe that. Every fucking day.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, I believe that 100%.
And I want to
Absolutely.
know why she puts husband in quotations. He was your husband.
I don't know why she does that. I think she thinks she's being mean or snarky.
Yeah, he
I
don't
don't know.
care. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure he
that
just don't.
tells me he's not bothered with it. Multitudinous.
Granted or prior
I'm
to
just
even
not
being
using that.
generated.
And all these are recorded phone calls. I wish they would put them out. Like they put out everybody else's phone calls. Come on.
I know. Come on. We deserve it. I think we should all start using multitudinous.
I'm gonna
make a t-shirt that says multitudinous.
Merch.
I call almost every day to speak to my son, then call former husband during the day while my son is at school to try and attempt having reasonable conversations, discussions about personal matters such as this. I am trying to alleviate any additional difficulties and am constantly coming up with solutions and everything to work with former husband to complete the process in a positive, fair, and accurate manner. So Sarah Boone is saying she's calling her son daily and her husband daily, and she is the one coming up with solutions. This is sounding very, to me, of course, that I've gone through the trial, I've gone through everything, very much how she micromanaged George, and I'm starting to wonder if maybe even while dating George, was she also doing this level of management to her ex-husband?
Always. She's
How
even
can this be
said,
done
I'm
now
the
that
one who handles
mediation
everything.
has been dispensed? Both parties could have figured something out instead of just canceling completely. Former husband could have explained his intentions to help understand my circumstances better and being unable to choose a date for mediation 4 months in advance on top of my cancer, on top of my trial. I simply asked for help from former husband and his attorney and yourself, your honor, to provide information so I could choose, even if the date had to be changed. I, the other
Look
party.
at there. All of a sudden, it's your honor.
Uh-huh.
That would be a good thing to know. Can you FOIA phone calls?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know why we would need them.
Wait, I don't know. Entertainment? I don't know.
Party was bypassed and ignored completely with no explanation from anyone. I wasn't even.
No, that's not what I meant, Randy. I meant like, do we have to like
able
say
to
why we
respond
need them?
in a more timely manner because.
Do what?
I was saying, do we have to like come up with a reason why we need them?
Oh, I don't think
I don't know
so.
what we would say. That's what I meant.
Oh, I got you.
Because I never received the order or knew was granted until my son happened to check the mail that day and read it to me. And you're going to see like these dots here. This is bleed over, I'm assuming, from the other page due to the ink. So I'm going to possibly struggle at some point. Again, I haven't pre-read. This mediation is all I have to be rightly heard and utilize my rights as a mother and human being, or to be seen in a clearer light, not as the one-sided, ugly, unfair, slanderous everything.
I mean, I'm not saying you give up your rights to be a mother if you kill somebody. I'm not saying that because I know, but ma'am, you got to look at the kind of mother she was before she went even to jail.
I mean, yeah, she was always not a very good mother. I'm sorry, she just wasn't.
No, and the fact she also.
And now he's got to take care of him for the rest of his life by himself. Unless he remarries or something.
And I don't believe the son read the letter to help her out. I believe she badgered his ass until he finally just said, okay.
I'm sure.
Things said by former husband. I attempted to be professional and correspond with everyone. I explained my situation and simply asked for some important documents to be better prepared, as this would probably be my only opportunity to make myself count in all of this. I asked how to set up a video and asked face-to-face was an option. My requests and questions were all an attempt to choose a date and schedule this much needed, very important mediation. I included you also, Judge Dean, after being instructed by former husband's attorney to correspond to him, so you would know my attempt, request, willingness to cooperate, as well as my eagerness to complete. I simply asked for paperwork to review as I do not have any, and am accused by former husband of being difficult and uncooperative.
No, not Sarah.
Well, that's so unlike her.
I know. Talk about out of character.
No, she's always so cooperative. Not at all
Yeah.
difficult.
Mm-mm. Not her.
By not signing documents I've never seen or knew existed until being served with a summons notifying me of his means to take all I have left other than the marrow from my bones.
Oh my God. Wow. That's so dramatic, Sarah. My goodness.
I bet you she thought, nailed it. Nailed it.
From the marrow from my bones.
Not the
That's
marrow.
hilarious. I love that.
Yeah.
Not being dramatic at all.
Nah.
Please understand, I never said no.
We like this guy.
We do like this guy a lot. He's a good guy.
Or that I was going to schedule. I want to be at my best possible with all information for my review beforehand, as would former husband, be in his attorney, but not myself unless I requested. Why am I being penalized for wanting to be prepared? Why was no explanation or reason given or discussed for canceling the mediation? Why was no attempt made to make sure I, the other party, and the other parent was included along with everyone else to have the same understanding of what was happening? Why was my copy of this order not sent to me at my current location instead of to former husband, who already knew since he was the one who generated the plan? How would I have known any of this if not found and read by my son? Completely unfair and wrong. I am being penalized for doing everything I am supposed to be doing,
Shut
and
up.
for my attempts to show
Poor
my
Sarah. Always the victim, never the perp.
Except that one time.
Yeah, it's just, it never happened before.
Right.
It's part of her defense, by the way. It's my first murder. Come on.
I mean, it
The
really only
heartfelt
needs to happen
desire and
before.
determination to be a part of this, to rightfully be the other party. If I have to go through this too, on top of everything else, I will and am. I should not be held against me to correspond, make my basic requests, and ask questions to choose the correct armor of choice for this mediation and ongoing battle. So I can confidently explain myself and fight for my rights and to be the mother I am and will always be. I ask for nothing out of the ordinary. Any caring, competent mother human would not themselves ask for in this situation as mine. Also, in the letter to me from former husband's attorney providing me mediation dates to choose from, 7/5/2022, have you seen? It specifically states, please respond to this correspondence within 20 days of receipt with your preferred date and attendance method. Otherwise, we will unilaterally schedule the conference and send you the details. I did with my request to help give a better understanding. Why wasn't this unilaterally scheduled as stated? It was canceled. Would it have been better on my part to have just not corresponded at all, so this mediation could have been unilaterally scheduled? I feel if I had not made my willing and eager attempt to abide by everyone's rules and played the part of the terrible low-life inmate former husband,
What?
and what not seems to be that by everyone else wants me to be, I would be preparing, reviewing, working around this unilaterally scheduled mediation I do not understand, and no one has made any attempt to help me too.
No.
Honorable Dean,
Poor baby.
please understand this mediation.
I think this is the new letter. We just can't. Let me see if I scroll up and see the top. No, it's not a new letter. Now he's Honorable Dean.
Well, it's a different judge, right?
Yeah, but I mean, she called. That's not like her to.
Yeah, to be
You're-
so
you-
nice.
Yeah,
Maybe she's trying a new approach now.
yeah. The other one
Jackass.
clearly
Doesn't-
didn't work.
Hey, jackwagon, that doesn't work. She said
Right.
maybe she learned.
I'm gonna catch more flies with honey. Honorable Dean.
Is everything and can help ease the ongoing pain of whatever former husband's daily terror is he chooses to inflict. Makes me
God's
beg
sake.
pitifully for pictures which I still have not received. Has me call every week to ask for commissary funds so I can purchase necessities and
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No. He's not making you call and beg for commissary needs. You're choosing that.
Right. Why are you bothering him to pay for your commissary?
And
When you're being such a
clearly,
bitch. You're being so horrible to him. Why in the world is he supposed to be paying for your stuff?
and clearly he's giving it to her because this paper is not free.
Oh God.
Yeah.
This is what happens when
Sugar
you
for
don't
my
get them out.
Ugh.
glucose concerns. Then he says no, refuses the occasional hot meal on a Sunday. I was made to cry over a cheeseburger when explaining to him the amount of weight I am continuously losing weekly due to being sick, and thought this would help me gain by eating. I was still told no.
So you're treating him like this.
So she's
Well,
claiming
you
that she
want
has
him to buy
glucose
your hot
concerns
meals.
that aren't being met, and
Right.
He has to buy her hot meals every week.
Sounds like he said no. That's just
And she didn't like that answer at all. She's
Oh,
very
no.
upset.
No.
Good Lord.
unless she receives money. So at first, I thought this was just going to be, so far, I thought this was just going to be about maybe, from my understanding, he wanted to move with the son away from where they previously were, maybe farther away from the jail.
Mhm.
But it's sounding like it's money as well. So it would be the alimony.
Word on the street. I've read this. I don't know how. Hey, Southern Mimi, if it's true, but his house is being foreclosed on.
Why?
I don't know. I guess this is broke him.
Wow.
Yeah, she don't care
So
though.
his house is being foreclosed on, and this bitch is asking for hot meals.
Absolutely.
Who's surprised?
Yes.
Anybody?
No,
Jesus. What a piece of trash. God, she's a horrible person.
she is. I'm gonna step away just a second, but I'll be listening.
But I think the jail would take care of glucose concerns, right? Like I think they legally have to. And as much as saying it would help her gain weight, a comment that was said by a lot of people, I don't think I ever said it, but a lot of people in my comments said it, is that Sarah appeared to have put on considerable weight compared to
Yes. She put
her
on 40 pounds.
incarceration, like her arrest day at the interview, and they weren't calling her fat. They were just saying that she's back up to what appears to be a more healthy weight because she was relatively skinny.
Yes.
But again, this is 2022, so things could have changed, right? As far as I am aware, the dissolution of marriage agreement regarding alimony, I should have just kept reading, which I did sign, is still and has been in effect, meaning I have funds available to purchase the aforementioned I've been doing previously with no problem, conflict, or difficulty. Everything was non-confrontational and smooth running until former husband implemented or trying to these inaccurate, unnecessary modifications. The relief he is seeking could have been avoided until he decided to involve our son and my maternal rights. So sounds like the husband started the legal process of cutting her off. She was getting $1,000 a month, so that was before she went in.
Okay.
If that amount continued while in there, he might have thought enough is enough. The relief he is seeking could have been avoided until he decided to involve our son in my maternal rights. Again, one obscure, unfortunate incident does not or will ever define who I am. And wait.
Unfortunate
one
incident?
obscure, unfortunate.
Yeah, my oopsie.
I'm just going to refer to that as an unfortunate incident. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no details. Let's not go into details about what happened. Y'all know.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. That unfortunate incident. Wow.
Golly, would it be rude to wake up my husband to open a can of olives? I'm like craving olives. Never mind. We'll just go ahead with this.
Just read them just for a Boone letter and say, look, it could be worse, okay?
Yeah, right.
You can have this person for a while.
Oh my God.
Yeah, get my olives.
Please tell me that is not her descriptor of the second-degree murder of George Torres.
The unfortunate incident.
Right.
I'm gonna do something. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Don't.
Unless something says otherwise, that this obscure, unfortunate incident is something else. You might disagree. I shouldn't give that to her. Maybe I should. I'm going to give it to her because that is
sick and twisted even for her.
Nah.
I mean, she wasn't convicted at this point, but he did die. And I cannot even with Sarah
Okay,
Boone.
so this
what
is
I
an old
expect of her.
letter,
I have low
Randy.
expectations. I cannot imagine her referring to her.
So the first one was newer, and this is an older one.
Well, I don't know if what. I guess I don't know, but I thought this was a new letter. I didn't know this was an old letter.
Yeah, I did too.
Well, she's had cancer, and nobody said anything.
Well, this is a different letter than the first one.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this isn't. So the cancer letter was new.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Forgive me. Never mind.
Oh, you're good.
Her boyfriend suffocating to death in a suitcase she zipped him into as one obscure, unfortunate incident. I have to give her the benefit of the doubt unless she says something different. Again, I told you I'm going into this blind because I didn't. I wanted my real reaction, right?
I understand.
Does not or will ever define who I am and makes no difference where I am for former husband to think I am unable to make meaningful moralistic decisions involving our son. Regardless of my circumstances, this mediation will allow a just and fair opportunity for both parties to be equally heard. I can make everyone aware I am someone unworthy, most of all four, and to my son. Please, Your Honor, please allow the mediation to be scheduled. Please take into consideration everything I have graciously said and explained, everything I still want to say, and have a right to please or provide another suggestions with some kind of facilitator to give a neutral opinion and assistance to both parties to work together. Two parties, two sides, two voices. How else can I be heard, seen, or accounted for? I too have defining points for discussion, and my understanding was it was part of the reason for mediation and to aid in a fair, reasonable outcome for both parties. For compromises to be made, not controlling demands, specific details need to be discussed regarding all of the agreements, as some I have not even seen. The supplemental petition for modification of final judgment and joint stipulation for modification, the most recent. What is there pre-modifications for all? This being why I requested these documents. In summary, so because I have nothing and no one former husband having attorney, multiple monetary resources, a familiar support system, and so with the unlimited resources in every way, I am just to accept defeat unfairly, be okay with everything. I am saddened how the justice system is so unjust and able to help people as myself who were once advocates for. I voted in jail and raised to believe in the safety, indivisibility, goodness, and the truth of, and what honor is supposed to be, and where it can always be found. In this point of my life, I am severely disappointed. What do I have to say? Anything to say different or show for? Where is my testimony? Where is my testimony? It really is just. I've communicated with everyone, tried to explain everything to make my efforts known. I have no access to a computer to check my status in this, documents being filed, no access to make viable phone calls to worthwhile agencies asking for assistance due to unauthorized numbers per OCCD rules. I can't even contact former husband's attorney to ask my questions and voice my concerns directly. I've written so many letters I've lost count. I've tried everything, still trying in every way. What else can I do, Judge Dean? Please allow the mediation. Please help me in however you can. Please don't just show me where to sign former husband's unfair, incorrect paperwork. Any act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Aesop. Really?
What is that?
Thank you.
Aesop's fables. I guess he said any act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Aesop. Like Aesop's fables. I guess he's like.
Yeah, I don't think that's how you spell it.
No, it is.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? That was my very
She-
first library book I ever checked out when I got my library card as a kid. Aesop.
Yeah,
Thank you for always your time, review, and understanding. For future reference and course.
Be nice to me.
Yeah. Do you know how I'm going to sound smart? Right here.
Respondents, please make sure to use my address as follows. Sarah Boone. It has her address that I'm
not that she's not smart, because she's not dumb.
I think she is actually pretty smart. Yes. I mean, yes. I also think she's really, really stupid.
Yes.
So
not
it's hard.
including
It's a conundrum.
Please be fair and see my point of view and determination.
She thought she was such a good liar that she would lie her way out of
I
it.
try desperately every day to come up with solutions for and in everything. The reason I am again contacting you directly and praying you are able to use your right, proper, unprejudiced judgment and authority to help someone as myself finally have testimony to the struggle which I have been long overdue. I patiently await. Again, I am grateful. Thank you. Sincerely, Sarah Boone. So this is going to be the first batch I screenshotted. I'm going to have to go back in and get more. So in this, we have Sarah Boone claiming cancer, possibly needing surgery, things that I've not heard before, but maybe I missed it somewhere.
I know, like, help them. So if this is old, I thought the cancer thing was new. Oh no, the cancer thing is new. God, I can't keep up.
Yeah, because I don't know. I mean, I wish she would have told what kind. But well, I mean, we'll find out. I'm sure it'll be brought up on sentencing day.
She is going for the alimony, and she's also disagreeing with what they're doing with the son, which I believe the the attempt was to move. So
he did move.
She says she's calling her son daily. Says that she's calling her husband daily too, or trying to.
How God.
On to the next part.
How exhausting.
Right. So she lost this. They did get to move.
Judge Dean, forgive me in advance. I am inadvertently lagging in the.
Do what? Wait a minute, sister. You're
nothing. I don't understand why she thinks she has any rights, and then I realized, we're talking about Sarah Boone. So never mind.
Right. She doesn't think she lost any of her rights.
Like, why does she feel like she? I know, it's amazing to me that she really just doesn't understand that you don't get a say, ma'am, anymore.
And I think, like, you lose.
Your unfortunate incident
made you lose all your rights. Yeah.
Right? Yes. You're a prisoner now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the hell? I don't know. I don't
understand. And I saw her lawyer give an interview yesterday, and I wish I had saved it, but I didn't. But he said the same thing. When I said 8 years, it would be 8 years. And I think you agreed. He said she would have been out in 8 years.
Yes. She's dumb.
Yeah, I just see her like running in place and like lifting her feet up high enough to kick her own ass every day. That's what you should be doing, Sarah.
Yes, kicking your own ass every day.
Yes.
So we don't have to.
Get progress and updates of my case and need your assistance to help. Please provide clarification and explanation for multiple legitimate concerns I have that are hindering my right to be included in my case fully, honestly, correctly. This past Friday, September 9th, 2022, I received a copy of the order for the case management conference for September 19th, 2022 at 3:30. The order was done and ordered on Monday, August 22nd, 2022. The copy of the order was postmarked Wednesday, September 7th, 2022. Why was I not just mailed this the same day it was signed? Why were only former husband and his attorney in the receipt? Why was I finally mailed a copy 2 weeks after completion? What I have received last month, I could have had ample time to prepare and make arrangements.
I don't think that she realizes the judge they don't know anything about this stuff. He's not in charge.
Does the judge know anything about this stuff? I mean, I guess that's my next question.
No, I think the attorneys handle this. The judge finds out. Well, obviously when he gets these letters, but when it goes in front of him, until it's in front of him, he doesn't care about this.
Right.
He's got bigger fish to fry. Yeah.
And how is she affording an attorney? Because this isn't a public defender situation.
I don't know.
And Owen's already said he's not touching this.
Yes.
Response sooner. How is this acceptable, Your Honor? Why am I not being included on and in everything the same time everyone else is? I am either not at all mailed pertinent information updates that's sent to the wrong person, or I'm receiving last-minute made to scramble with the ongoing fear and threat of not being included. It is not by choice either. Do you all not understand, remember, or care that I am the other party, the respondent in this case? The way I'm being treated by all other parties is wrong, unjust, seems unlawful, given the appearance I don't care due to lack of responses and the extended length of time I take when I do from not receiving my needed documents to respond accordingly. Now, I have only 5 days from receiving my copy on my end, which includes the time it takes for you to even receive this letter, to prayerfully grant permission to me so I can be included at the case management conference in my case next Monday. I do not have a legal representative or steward to also be included on this conference on my behalf, making my efforts and attempts more desperate and my want more ferocious. Honestly, my big feeling right now is, why the hell are you writing all of this instead of just the pertinent, important information so the judge can get through it?
Right.
This is a pulpit.
Because she doesn't care if the judge gets through it. She wants to whine and cry and be a titty baby like she's been this whole damn time.
And what he just said that's a good point. This is a pulpit.
Yes.
She's on her pulpit. Yes.
Gets used a lot in this case. I don't think she's doing herself any favors with all of this extra. Judge Dean, please understand. Please see my determination. Never-ending hurdles continuously being pushed in front of me or thrown when I keep having to learn how to jump higher and higher and higher. Just know, with my heartfelt will, my honorable cause, and unbridled love for my son and my rights to be his mother, to be able to make competent, important, valid decisions in his life, I'm going to learn how to fly over the hurdles in this case, my other case, and my battle with cancer. So cancer is still brought up. And any other health issue I'm dealing with. Fly. I'm not going to jump anymore. It's my right to be heard, seen, and respected. So Sarah Boone is going to fly. Let's see this. As the person and mother I am, it is not right in any way for me to be ignored, biased, automatically overruled because I am with no family or support system. So here's the thing. We're only getting this from Sarah Boone's end. I don't know if they're doing anything wrong. I don't know about the Florida court system with like family court like this, with her being incarcerated on such serious charges. I don't know if they're doing anything wrong or if she just feels they're doing it wrong. I am not mute. I am not mentally retarded or impaired. I am a loving, determined mother, friend, teacher, supporter. I am also an ex-wife. That ex-husband needs to conclude will always be in our son's life and his, and come to acceptance of the situation, which nonetheless is temporary. No, Sarah. No. No. He does not always have to be. You do not. First off, your son, even if the courts give you some rights to like speak to him or whatever, there comes a point where he can cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
You do not have that control over your son.
Mm-mm.
And you definitely do not have any control to be in your ex-husband's life beyond court-ordered alimony and child handoffs, things like that. I think I mentioned in the previous one that it sounds like she was treating her ex-husband like she treated George.
Very much. Always.
Uh-huh.
She's showing here that she believes she's entitled to a lot of things that she isn't.
I think that's one of them their narcissist traits that she has.
For sure.
If none of this happened, would Sarah be someone who would probably complain if her son wasn't constantly messaging her and her ex-husband still wasn't in contact? I think so. I think Sarah believes, and this is my personal opinion, you can disagree. From everything I've watched and heard and everything, seen her own writing, I think she feels entitled to her ex-husband taking care of her forever and being constantly involved.
Yes.
And come to an acceptance of the situation, which nonetheless is temporary. Here, there, whatever. Now, then, future former husband is going to have to respectfully deal with me one way or another. We have a child together. Again, that is not forever. He doesn't have to deal with you because you had a child forever. That's not.
And that somewhat sounds like a threat,
right?
Not like a it's not a noose around his neck, an anchor weighing him down. When that child gets old enough that he can legally make the decision that he wants to cut contact with.
Well, I think is it not 12?
Usually around 12, I believe, is when they start asking the child what they want.
Yeah, and
But to
I mean,
me, I don't even understand why it's a discussion. She's in prison, or she's going to be.
right.
She's not going to be around
And
him.
here right, and here's what I would excuse me, like to know, like, how their conversations on the phone go. Is it, "Hey, how was school? How are your
No,
grades?"
it was tell your dad I want a hot meal,
Right.
and he's late with the payment.
Yeah,
She's bringing him
that's
into all their crap.
right.
She,
You.
you know what I mean? Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
not anything.
It's not excuse me, it's not motherly. I think the
Never.
olives gave me hiccups. I finally got them open, bit my fork, and now I got the hiccups. Yay.
For both of
Mm.
them. So the sooner he comes to terms with all of this I have, the sooner the beginning
They
of
never
his
alone.
hard sought after relief can start. He and whoever else also needs to remember the crystal balls are a novelty. I'm doing everything in every way to stay afloat and still be a part of everything involved my son's life and mine. In the meantime, I have been provided relief to former husband in numerous ways on a daily basis.
What? Wait, what? Hold on.
She's been provided relief?
Providing.
Oh, really? How so? I'd love to hear that story.
I'm absolutely gonna I'm intrigued, Sarah. I'm intrigued
Oh,
with this.
I have been providing relief to former husband in numerous ways on a daily basis. How?
yeah,
We
that's our
agree with
question.
you, gamer. We
That's what we
agree.
want
Is
to know.
her
Yeah.
version of helping him calling him to complain? Because
Yeah.
she's
Harassing
in
the
jail.
earth out of him?
What else could she be doing? Nothing
Really?
was as difficult or tumultuous until he decided to devise his scheming, manipulative plans and agreements. No one would know this because no one has given me a chance to be part of anything. Although the playing field is completely uneven and the odds are stacked so high against me, I
Oh,
can't see the
stop
top
it.
and I have nothing. I'm going to fly. With that being said, and unfortunately, at the last minute now, you have received and read this with only a couple of days remaining before the conference. I want to be entitled to be in attendance, however necessary, so I am rightfully updated. I'm not against her being updated, but the way she words her son and her ex-husband almost like their property, can't get behind it. I can't get behind it.
It's
President,
very
most importantly, included for preparation for the upcoming hurdles futuristically. What needs to be done so I can be there? And she just gives the public Orange County Courthouse address. Transport order video setup. Telephonic conference with the court ordered per the instructions of the copy of order setting the hearing. How? It is not right if I am unable to attend this due to last minute attempted arrangements being made for me to do so. Would I have received the information when everyone else did 2 weeks ago? Timely plans could have been made and scheduled just as the order was on August 22nd, 2022. Today, it's September 9th, 2022. And finally, for whatever reason, I am just now aware is scheduled. Please instruct me. I need to do so. I can cooperate and greatly increase my opportunity to be there. However, I can validate and educate when no one listens, cares, or is in front of me. Thank you as always for your invaluable time and considerations are much needed. Overdue assistant. Who else is there? Honorable Dean. I'm also still waiting for your response from my most recent letter sent to you. So she's responding before getting a response. August 17th, 2022, regarding another order dispensing mediation I never received and was only made aware was generated by my 11-year-old son reading to me due to being sent to his address. Please provide an update for that as well. Also, in the order for the conference, I am graciously requested to be included in part of on page 2 of 2, where all parties were sent a true and correct copy of my address is incorrect. Please change to no other penalty. Mistakes or reason are made to be used against me. In whatever way it seems, everyone, especially former husband, is hoping will be my demise. Again, thank you, former Dean. I look forward to meeting you. Sincerely, Sarah Boone. Address issues were also a problem in the second-degree murder case. So here we have another one, and it's a different writing style. Dear Judge Dean, I wanted to take a moment to thank you for allowing me to be in attendance during the case management hearing last Monday, 9/19, so she did get to go. It has been such a long time since good and real has happened to me since being incarcerated for ongoing 3 years almost. I thank you profusely for helping me, listening to me, and having an open heart and mind to me as a human being, a mother. Also, your invaluable time, empathy, and understanding are beyond appreciated. Thank you for seeing me. I am so impressed. My sincerest gratitude cannot be fully expressed for your kindness and goodness. I look forward to any future meetings there may be, and I'm confident my hard work, determination, efforts will not return me void or false.
So, in other words, she's happy. All this shit. My God. That thesaurus. She needs to throw it out.
Get rid of it, Sarah. We know she's not going to, but yeah.
I can't express my happiness. Elation. My God, just shut up. All right, go hit play. Sorry.
Fall on deaf ears, a victory indeed in my battles in preparation for the war on the horizon. I will not creep away as I continue to be brave and fight on. Thank you for giving me hope more than you know. It was an honor to meet you, Your Honor. I sorrowful, yet always rejoicing as poor, yet making many rich as have nothing, possessing all things. 2 Corinthians 6:10. P.S. Thank you for seeing that crystal balls do not work at all ever. Dust catchers. Sarah Boone. So she's very happy with the judge. We begin with a quote. We don't owe you anything and are waiting for you to be guilty so we can get out of here and away from you. I don't want to deal with you anymore. I'm going now. Click. Yelling at me so loud the phone is distorting. So former husband, his father, came in and told him to stop being mean to me before hanging up. So that's her son. The son that she is trying to forcefully involve herself with, and he doesn't want anything to do with her at the age of 11 at this point.
Oh.
Honorable Dean. This is what told me by 11-year-old son when I asked about his best friend and how she was doing since he hadn't mentioned her in a while. He told me she started acting strange after he told her he was moving and wouldn't see her anymore. She's upset with him. The conversation continued with me asking why he's still friends with this, as nothing is set in stone and will be discussed when the time comes. Why he's still telling his friends this. So she wants to know, why is he telling his friends they're moving? Oh, we're leaving, and it doesn't matter what you say. We have an attorney. Eventually, it turned into the aforementioned statement. I was laughed at, disrespected, shut down, hung up on by my son over asking about his friend. I'm going to be honest. Like, I would probably, like, if I was the son in this situation, I would probably feel the same way, that they're going to move. Like, she's done. She's in jail at the very least, and it's going to get approved. I wouldn't be shocked if his lawyer had basically told the father that this is a done deal. We just got to get through it. Basically a done deal. You see, this is where I turn and ask, how is this okay, Your Honor? This is exactly how former husband treats me and has unfortunately successfully passed this disgusting trait to our son. Nonetheless, how dare both of them disregard me in the way they are making me feel I am nothing, no one worthless, and a joke. I'm sick of being laughed at. That is not for the judge to care about, Sarah. That's not what this is about.
The judge don't care. And if you don't want to be laughed at, don't make yourself laughable.
Well, I mean, does she honestly think the judge isn't laughing at these ridiculous messages?
Well, and at this point, she sounds like she's tattletaling on her son. My son's being mean to me.
Judge, like, what is he supposed to do?
Yeah. And she can't, I guess she just can't accept that her son is mad at her.
Yes, and rightly so.
Yeah.
Like,
damn.
She's so oblivious. You killed someone, man.
Yeah.
This is about him moving. This is about you wanting money. If the son doesn't like you, the court cannot make the son like you. If ex-husband doesn't like you, the court cannot make him like you.
No. And when I took
it.
Court order
something I can't read because cut off. Day to talk about.
Do what?
She thinks she's going to get a court order for him to be nice. Like, what are you? I don't know.
Yeah, just like with the attorney. They're being mean to me.
That's exactly what she said too. If you could just order her to be nicer to me, the judge was all, yeah, get fucked.
Right. And the thing is, you know, she gets to feel how she feels. She's not allowing her son to feel how he feels.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially when you're going to try to give him like life advice, you know, don't do this, don't do that. Shut up. You're not in that position anymore. You can listen and hear my story, or you can shush.
And can you imagine, like, right before the murder, when she had her son, the trauma dumping she done on him?
No, I cannot. I cannot imagine. And I'm sure, I'm positive that she did it.
Me too.
Constantly, especially every time, because she's a freaking drunk. So she doesn't know, what's happening.
No boundaries. Right.
No boundaries. And anytime she had a complaint about George, guess who got the earful?
Yes.
Her ex-husband and her kid.
Yep.
About with former husband calmly and rationally asked why our son spoke to me that way. He did, and where is he getting the idea you are definitely leaving, moving? He's losing good friends over it. Well, that's the plan. I figured you should start getting used to it. 50 mile can be overruled. It means nothing. Laughing. That's why I have an attorney. You don't. We're just waiting for you to be sentenced. The judge knows everything. There's not much you can do or say about any of it. You'll see. We're leaving no matter what, regardless of the outcome.
Oh, wow.
I think, and I might be wrong on this, I think that he's basically saying, you're going to be sentenced. You're going to be found guilty. And then no matter what the order is here, then we would be allowed to leave. That's my takeaway here. Maybe I'm insinuating wrong.
I don't think so.
And here's Sarah, being Sarah. What's the point of me fighting for my life with my son when I'm treated the way I am by both of them? Again, this is not the judge's problem. This is a form of mental and emotional abuse.
Let's all remember that. This kid is 11. And his world's been flipped upside down. Yeah.
He's got this hag for a mom.
Yes. And notice her underlines. Cool.
Sarah, please listen. This is why I don't think the husband was called for the defense. Because imagine the husband having to explain that she says the same things about him as she said about George.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Former husband's encouraging enables it. I'm yelled at for everything. I'm afraid to call for fear I will be obliterated and brought to a new level of low, or try to see how hard I can make to cry, then laughed at. I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. If I do continue in my fight, which I will and am, I'm disrespected and almost destroyed. If I don't, then look like the uncaring, heartless, incompetent mother former husband is hell-bent on making me out to be. I just started speaking to my son from being screamed at with cruel lies and horrible, mean things that I will not repeat over nothing. I didn't call for 3 weeks because of the shock and pure hurt I am in for what was said. I am made to feel like a chore, burden, or pest.
No, you didn't call for 3 weeks.
You're all of those things. You are a chore, a burden, and a pest. Yes.
Yeah. And
get the fucking flu.
And the not calling for 3 weeks you thought was a punishment for your son, but actually it was a vacation.
Right. That's 3 weeks of his life.
Yeah.
I am not welcomed. Like life is better without me. Everything is one-sided. My son never met my parents, grandparents, aunt or uncles, deceased, never knew my family. He only knows the Boones who viciously slandered me. His mother, behind my back, has perpetually made me the dumb black sheep and continuously plotted my demise together. So this sounds just like how she characterized George's family.
Yep.
Yeah. Notice the parallel.
All the in-laws hate you, huh? Let me think. I think it's you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Calling her the blue eyes.
Yeah. His sister, she said, I've been dealing with her for so many years. I was just like, God bless your heart. Bless you.
A white dragon. They've poisoned my son and pitted him against me since day one when I was just 9 days into my incarceration. Former husband took it upon himself to make the egregious decision to tell him I will be gone, and he wouldn't see me for 25 years or longer of his little life. My son cannot be my son and is tortured by.
And then they had a party, Your Honor. A party. Can you believe it?
Can you imagine that? All I did was just kill somebody, and he's saying,
I have one unfortunate incident. Y'all got to have a party.
By the confusion and whether he can be close to me like we've always been or even nice to me. I feel, to be honest, our son is just an innocent pawn in the former husband's schemes to seek his sad, bitter, unrelenting revenge against me. His heart is broken plastic and covered in fool's gold. He is not an angel he appears to be. He is an insensitive, callous tyrant and fully endorsed by his family. No one listens to me.
That's odd. That is somebody that she ran to every time she needed him. Now he's all these things.
And he was there every damn time. Every freaking time he was right there.
Against his family's advice. Absolutely.
I have made the active decision to not call for an undetermined length of time so I can break from the beratement. I can only take the terrors inflicted by former husband in doses. Right now, I've gotten my fill from both of them. If my son wants to speak to me, he can write or schedule a visit, which I doubt will happen from the lack of encouragement and inclusion of me have a relationship with my former husband. Please understand I can only take so much on top of everything else. I love my son. I need my son, just not this version right now.
Wow.
So she's cutting her son out when he turned on her, right?
Mm-hmm.
But her son can't cut her out, but she can cut him off.
Right.
Right. He's not allowed
Maybe
to get
I'm
any praise
being
from her.
too judgmental, right? That's how I take it. She doesn't believe that either of those two can cut her off, but she can do what she wants. She can cut them off. Kind of like, again, I got to make a George comment, right? She could kick George out, but if George decided not to come back, she would destroy his birth certificate and identification.
Right.
Until he came back and then get him arrested. What can I do? What can you do? Please, this is not right. Every time I try to speak to former husband about anything, ends up ugly, unsuccessfully, has taken it upon himself to self-diagnose my case from watching YouTube.
Who?
Hi, Brian Boone, if you happen to be watching. I am sorry that this is out there in some ways, but I'm also kind of glad for you in some ways that it's out there.
He's probably not sorry that it's out there.
Absolutely not. He's the victim here.
Yes.
And he knows it. Like, he's not doing anything wrong.
No.
I'm sure Brian Boone has told people quite a few things about Sarah that Sarah disagrees with or they don't know whether to believe. And this is beyond.
He probably didn't have to tell anybody a damn thing. You know, they knew her. Anybody in their life knew what she was.
Right.
And what she was like. You know, he didn't have to say a damn word to anybody.
I know you don't like to hear this, Sarah, but they were already in the know.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, they already knew exactly what kind of human this monster is.
Yes.
Unfortunate incident.
The only thing better would be seeing it for themselves, right? And of course, Court TV telling me that it was less than 3 weeks away assumes I fired all my attorneys. Remember, I'm only on the 6th. I am on the 6th, but not by choice. This is 6th. She ended up with her 10th, right? Constantly tell me how wrong I am doing everything. It keeps asking me why I keep delaying everything. He assumed case details about my witnesses, occurrences, etc. over the phone, telling me about my case. He is assuming everything. He thinks he knows everything about my case. This is wrong. I'm being penalized even more for the wrong, empty accusations, information that only multiplies his anger and spiteful. I can't read the rest of that. It's cut off. Is to do everything I can to keep him here. Ludicrous. Is this saying that he believes that she's doing everything she can to keep him there? I mean, if she's not letting him move. This is why I felt the need, Judge Dean, to hesitantly include you in the ongoing struggles I'm having with my former husband and his inconsistency regarding my life, and the case never ending and only gets worse.
God.
I would also like it known I have not gotten any of my orders for a hygiene kit. Is this the judge's responsibility? Deodorant that works, the toothpaste, and washcloths for a measly coffee package that I began asking for in July after you approved on September 13th during a meeting my ability to start receiving alimony again after former husband immensely diminished and tried to. In the middle of October, there's always an excuse. The most recent for the last 3 months that his debit CC won't work because it's in jail and people steal. He's had to use our son's allowance card just to finally get me a hot meal I mentioned to you, which ended up coming on my birthday, 10/10, only because I told him about this letter I'm writing. I'm still waiting on the other orders so I can be alert and presentable when my attorney does finally show up, who still has not since the last time I spoke to you.
Wow.
She's complaining about her attorney in her other case. And Brian Boone is claiming for 3 months he had issues with a debit card and he has to give her some alimony, is what I'm getting from this. Again, this is Sarah Boone's side. I will say, what a coincidence. I literally went to go use my debit card at an ATM and it wouldn't work because I missed the new card coming in the mail. And then I had to dig through and find the new card, which is a weird coincidence there, personally. Please now, also, my bank account, which I've had for 30 years, has closed due to former husband's failure to pay alimony as instructed in our dissolution of marriage agreement. Then also by you, I cannot deposit any checks. One have been waiting for him to mail me since February and could use towards commissary, but he wasn't giving me anything. All of my subscriptions are not being renewed. Anything will auto pay, cannot be approved. I cannot even deposit my alimony former husband is supposed to be paying. It has been in this account for 30 years. He assumed his plan would work and not having to pay, so he withheld, causing this to happen. I have no bank account, Your Honor. I can't read the rest of that. So she's saying it's the husband's fault. Again, this is her side, that he wasn't paying even when ordered, and therefore her bank account closed.
Mm.
A supposedly encounter with his debit CC could have been avoided. Would he have been paying and abiding by the rules? My bank account would still be open. He could have used my debit CC. I would already have the necessities I'm needing. Former husband is his own troublemaker. He makes his life more difficult from all his assumptions and defiant attitude.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with you, Sarah. Nothing
Right.
at all.
Even if I wasn't incarcerated, I'd be getting the same problems from him. He keeps tripping over his power trip. He keeps tripping over his power trips and talking out on me. Where are my orders? How can I get my bank account reopened? He gets no relief from his own wrongdoings. Everything was okay before he tried implementing all of his agreements and started a second job soothsaying.
What?
Yeah, her husband's power tripping. You're yelling about this to a judge. You want the judge to make your son not be mean to you.
Right.
At least that's what I took from that. So,
Tantrum.
Yeah, I have to say this is unbelievable that a grown woman would think tattle titting to the judge would
Right.
change
Is a good
her
move.
situation.
Yeah. I don't know.
the
I don't know
constant
why.
assault over
Yeah.
And
It's
you
so
know, she's okay, who else do I tell? Who else do I? Nobody. You have no one else, but this judge does not care.
no.
degrading remarks, fear infliction, and terrorizing threats must stop. It makes no difference how soft my approach is in trying to explain former husband how unnecessary and harmful his actions and comments are. Being made the example he is our son, giving permission he can do the same, especially to me, his mother, and also to other women futuristically. Oh, so because his son doesn't like his mom, who's in jail for killing her ex-boyfriend, he is now possibly going to do the same to future women who also killed their ex-boyfriends. Sounds like a different scenario, or maybe a scenario he won't be involved in the future.
Good. He probably shouldn't
Just
be
stop,
okay
please.
with.
Former husband tries to taunt me every opportunity.
He probably shouldn't be okay with people who kill their boyfriends.
No.
It's probably for the best.
And you have to remember, he knew George, spent time with him.
Yes, lived. I mean, they, when he was over there living in the house.
Yeah.
And he can get a reaction knowing he's got the upper hand in almost everything, and either laugh at or hang up or both. So you're saying it's unfair that someone who finds himself in an advantageous position laughs at and insults someone.
Oh!
Mine goes back to the videos of Sarah Boone taunting George when he literally couldn't breathe, which...
Oh!
Yeah.
Wow! That is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow! What a good point. Whew! So that bothers you, huh, ma'am?
Rules for thee.
Wow. That was a great point.
Which is much worse than anything the husband has done, especially since we know the outcome. As said before, I am not helpless. I have God. No, that's not helping much. And your awareness of my situations, Jadine.
Do what? Buy your hot meal then, bitch. Shut up.
To hopefully impose your authority and all manner available to provide any permissible relief for everyone. Something needs to be done sooner rather than later. Considering my trial has an unknown date, I refuse to continue cooperating with former husband on any of his terms, and the way they are being handled. Look at the bigger picture. In conclusion, the most painful, horrific remark made to me by former husband so far during my attempt at the call, talk about her son's upcoming birthday, 10/28, with the conversation always turning into exciting, upcoming, I can't read that, told me when you're finally put away, this move will be the best thing to happen to us. Him, son, we can't wait to get out of Orlando away from you, laughing. Also, where we're moving is very close to the prison. It's going to be very easy and convenient for us.
Well, we can't have that, Your Honor.
Right. I don't understand.
I mean,
I don't believe he said he's moving close to the prison.
Huh.
Well, maybe he was on that date, or maybe that's
wanting to move.
Maybe
And
that's
this is
just what he's
preemptively
telling
saying, yeah,
her. You know, maybe that's just what he's saying to her. It doesn't need to, he's trying to tell her that to, I don't know, throw her off. I don't know.
Maybe. Or we can visit you. I don't I don't understand that comment. I do understand, you know, getting away from you is the best thing they're gonna I get that, but
Yes.
it's next. It's
Agree.
near the prison that you're going to end up in. She obviously doesn't like that insinuation. Thank you for your time and assistance. Most of all, for your understanding. I waited as long as I could in everything to involve you, but don't know what to do or how much more abuse I could endure. I feel you should be included in what's happening behind the scenes. Your former husband and his attorney aren't sitting in front of you in the courtroom, or you're reading one of their many scheming documents plotting what he can do to me next. You and God, thank you either way, and always sincerely, Sarah Boone.
Wow.
I'm
right.
still at a loss why the judge needs to know basically any of this.
Well, honey, he didn't need to know any of it. He don't I don't even know if he got through this letter.
I mean,
Um,
Judge Cranick always, I think, read her long ass letters. I don't, but they had to do with her actual trial.
Yeah.
But I don't think this was for the judge. I think this was for her fans, right? At this point, I'm sure she knew this was all getting out.
Oh, good
Judge
point.
Dean. Hello again. Per my attempted conversation today to ask former husband, FH, she started abbreviating it now, when he was going to schedule our son's dental appointments and where will he really be ordering the small food, or when will he really be ordering the small food package I've been waiting on for 10 weeks and counting? This was his abrupt and comical demanding response. Hold up. Is he mandated by the judge to give her this food package, or is she just
That's what I'm
complaining about it?
wondering.
I don't
What?
think he's mandated. I think she's begging, and he probably says,
Knowing
"Sure."
the hell out of him until he gets her a hot food package. Good grief.
Ugh.
I need to find someone to get my stuff, junk out of the garage and into storage somewhere. However, they're finally leaving. When trying to process what he just dropped on me, I talked to him about it. I was told it's not his problem. I said I'm in jail, as he likes to remind me of daily. It's not that easy, especially when I have no one, money, or resources, which he knows. He said while laughing, I know, still not his problem.
It's not.
Anything left behind will be put in a garage sale or donated. These belongings are some of the heirlooms from my deceased family. The only things I have of them, remember, also baby books, antiques, etc. All of my important, meaningful, historical belongings. Anything left alive? I already did that. They're still leaving no matter what. It makes no difference what I say or do. I told him about the hearing scheduled on 4/13, and he laughed, saying it's going to happen. How can I be there when my trial starts on 4/10? I keep explaining to him just because there's a date doesn't mean it's going to happen. Then, of all people, I would know if when going to trial, of all people, I would tell him first. Nonetheless, he will be a part of my case and will receive information when, if the time comes, we can plan for participation. So immediately after seeing this, I'm thinking about the fact that Sarah Boone had him as a witness and then didn't call him. And I think I'm starting to think now maybe it was like a retribution thing.
But the thing is, she wanted to call him, and her lawyer wouldn't.
That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they got into an argument about it.
Yeah. Didn't they argue a lot about her wanting more witnesses?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she told the judge that she was happy with him and happy with his strategy every time. So she can't come back now and cry ineffective counsel.
Right. But they would gather around her and make her feel like she ended up being part of the decision, and that was part they decided to do that from the beginning.
Yes.
So
To trick her into thinking that she was part of the lawyer teams. And she really did sit there like she was a paralegal. Shuffling
absolutely.
through papers, taking notes.
I would love to see what she was writing. Would love to see it.
Clearly, he has not thought about this and is commuting for however long it may be. And if also, what happens if there's a change of venue? Where will that all seeing psychic Brian? How does this all end? So the way I have to see this, after she adds that part there, she's saying, oh, well, you're moving. I'm going to put you in my case, so you have to show up. And then what if there's a change of venue? You know, I think there was an attempt at a change of venue as well. So was that change of venue an attempt to get back at Brian Boone? Like, this is putting, at least to me, a new insight on some of the things we've seen, new possibilities. I'm incredibly frustrated with his continued ignorance and trying to tell me what's happening, when, where, regarding anything for my case. I am incredibly frustrated with FH, continuously accusing me of keeping them hostage and putting off again. He knows nothing, but what he sees is his crystal ball and on the internet. Stop being an all-assuming, self-righteous, bullying soothsayer. I never owe him any specific details about anything about my case, but will, of course, let him know when I actually am going to trial, if I even am. Oh, Sarah.
You did.
Oh, Sarah. I cannot do any more than already am and cannot tell the future. No one can. He may not care about the rest of my life. Clearly, I most definitely am quite sure my son also does.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
My name is still on the mortgage. See, prior summons I was served, and another undeniable concern of mine I am trying to address. Does FH have to have my signature to sell?
I don't see how her name was still on the mortgage when she got a settlement from the divorce, which was probably him buying her out of the house.
Right.
My name is still on the paperwork, or does he actually have to remove, as I've been asking for years, and also written our dissolution of marriage? In just the last 2 weeks, our son started counseling. Both he and FH are completely nonchalant about it and seem to not even care about the name of the counselor, duration, or any other information concerning why is everything I'm going through all of a sudden so affecting to him.
What?
Well, Sarah,
oh my God,
you started trying to have a judge tell your son what to do and what to think. So and you started not talking to him like you used to. Maybe you're the problem. Maybe they're getting closer to your trial and they need to deal with the fact that he's going to have to go through his mother being in trial with hundreds of thousands of people watching.
Yeah.
She hates it when they say that.
Mm-hmm.
Or FH. Also, the last letter I received regarding my case was from England. Moving 3 hours away over 120 miles isn't going to solve the problem. So she's saying, I got a letter from England, therefore if they move, it won't fix anything. Remember, Sarah thought that everyone in the world knew about her case, and then they found locals that knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
Many locals didn't know anything about it. I think they probably heard it 4.5 years ago and forgot.
Yeah,
So,
that's crazy.
yeah.
You would think that more people would have, been following it, but they weren't.
Well, they had that Black Swan trial. So I think that was, the biggest one at the time.
FH thought the effect of it will have on our son moving in the middle of the school year, no friends, possibly even worse pressures, culture shock altogether. How can FH tell this supposed miraculous move really is in our son's best interest, especially if temporary?
So I have to ask, I'm not understanding FH.
Former husband.
Okay, thank you.
Per the petition to relocate. So if granted, they're moving
thrown
back
off without the quotes.
or again somewhere else when my case is finalized, however, whenever that will be. If FH doesn't care about our son getting good grades or even wearing shoes, why is any of this concern all of a sudden? It's been 3 years. Where the hell did the shoes comment come
Right.
Their petition also states our son has experienced significant difficulties at school. He is an AB student. His favorite class is musical theater. He has 7 friends, sleepovers, a girlfriend, and plays online games with the guys almost every day. Middle school is also a significant problem in itself. See reviews, write-ups, not only for our son, but every child who attends there. If anything, he could be rezoned to another school. So Sarah was just complaining that they shouldn't move because it might not fix problems, but then he should go to a different school. So the same expected capabilities, opportunities are closer to me. I fear there's also plenty of other very acceptable schools within the authorized 50-mile radius. Has FH even looked into a contract with supposed greater educational opportunities stated in the petition? There are such opportunities closer, maybe even better. Has FH checked, rubbed his crystal ball to see why am I never included in anything regarding our son or other undeniable complaint? And
I wonder why all of a sudden she thinks that Brian is using seriously. She's serious about the soothsayer and the crystal ball. You're nuts, Sarah.
I don't know. Does she really think that, or is she just trying to be an ass?
I can't tell.
Same.
In anything regarding our undeniable complaint and concern of mine, I see this as yet another secret delight to FH in making this heartbreaking attempted move impossible for me, especially if he sells my car and a bigger disconnect with my son. Nevertheless, per the petition, I will be responsible for my own transportation costs. I'm going to make a big guess here.
A nerve.
And you can tell me if you agree. Sarah Boone gifted a bike to George and then claimed it was hers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
My guess is that Sarah Boone's car actually fully, exclusively belongs to Brian Boone. And he's letting her use it because she cannot afford her own car. But that car is hers, not Brian Boone's, in her mind. My assumption. Rezone schools. I want to see my son. The move is all about FH. FH admitted to me his parents are selling one of their 4 homes and moving to South Carolina. He wants to be close to them, and Gainesville is closer to Orlando. So he wants to be closer to his family. That's also his son's family. Okay. Please remember, all the primary reason FH wants to move has blatantly laughed at me about repeatedly because it's more convenient for him, since when they're moving down the street for the prison, so disgusting, the very hurtful, brazen, self-proclaiming assumption is said regularly to me and has been already sent to my previously undeniable concerns more than once. How ugly, wrong. That is the end there. I mean, he was right. You're going to prison.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Judge Dean, if I may, are you aware of the prison stipulations in their petitions, bottom fine print? Have you reviewed the long-distance parenting plan, including also, does FH really expect me to drive if he doesn't sell my car? Reminded of daily also. Uber, bus, helicopter, walk back and forth to Gainesville between Friday and Sunday evening. I only...
Where are you driving to?
I do.
Well, she thought she was getting out.
Where are you driving? You're not driving anywhere, honey. You're jumping the gun.
She's counting them eggs.
Do not at all agree to this or anything, trying to be forced and threatened in order to have a relationship with my son. I mean, to be honest, like, with all the evidence of the out-of-control drinking, he could probably get exclusive custody. Like, at the very least, even if Sarah Boone was found not guilty, right? Like, I think he could. I will not, no matter what, and FH will never take that away from me. It's not his to take. He does not realize this is all predicted by him and his surety. Everything will fall into place perfectly as he sees, which it did. This is all unpredicted. How can any of this be proposed on predictions? How is any of this even fair? Why has nothing been discussed? Only him making demands absolutely, undeniably ludicrous and wrong. Former husband is using our son as a ploy, and I feel it is selfishly seeking his own gratification and pleasure. As said before, FH, he cannot wait for me to be found guilty and leaving. He's not even waiting for that. If that happens, please tell me exactly everything predicted is going to happen. Anything when FH knows nothing. One thing he does know is that all of my concerns are without, in every way, undeniable and all true. He will never admit and just keeps making his retaliations worse because none of my concerns are made up or false. Only experience or still experiencing. Also, that I make his cruel comments, laughter, and actions known to everyone who is not. He is not who he appears, nor will he ever be. Again, we have to take her assumption that he's laughing when he does these things, right? Mm-hmm. This is Sarah Boone's version. Judge Dean. There's also so much more to be said on top of my already legitimate concerns. I've already sent hopes to be remedied. Nothing has changed. Only gotten meaner and worse. FH egotistical, backhanded schemes, assumptions, and plots are unfair and not at all funny. Why does he think he is now that I am incarcerated? Who does he think he is now that I'm incarcerated? Who does he think he is? Probably the parent not incarcerated for second-degree murder. This explains what kind of a person he and his family really are. Go with the family again, like you did with George. Therein also explaining many reasons contributing to where I am now.
Do what?
I said, can't imagine why they don't like you.
I know. I'm shocked myself that she wasn't closer with her in-laws.
Yes.
There's way more to it all besides. What? I'm incarcerated. This explains what kind of person he is and his family really are. Therein also explaining many reasons contributing to where I am now. How the hell is Brian Boone responsible for you murdering George Torres?
Wow. Wow.
This is making me, again, remember, she got up there and started doing testimony. Things were going bad for her. And the first time ever She suggested that maybe she told Brian Boone about George in the suitcase that night. I think she knew she was done at that point, and I thought that then, and that was her trying a last minute, I'll take him down with me.
Wow.
With that being said, Your Honor, I received a copy of a motion to relocate again today, shorter, revised, no prison stipulations or holiday schedules, stating I am only receiving because your J.A. Coffee told his attorney when trying to submit without knowledge as usual, I must be included, otherwise I would not have this. I do not. Anything else filed from anyone? According to the clerk website, multiple documents have been benefited, which have been filed. Included the received copies being a huge complaint concerning our last status hearing back in September 2022. Why am I not getting copies? The only documents I have are the original summons served to me in front of everyone. I am now an obsolete order setting a hearing that isn't going to happen apparently because of all the other orders, motions, answers filed. I know nothing about and can't open online and haven't been sent copies. How am I supposed to prepare responsibly or accordingly and timely when I'm not included in anything other than being told what to do, how and when in terrible, ridiculous person parent I am by FH, unfair in every way, wrong, unjust. Do not know when the new order setting hearings happen that just filed or the order filed the same day since my original letters to you, 1.33 and uploaded 133.1, 11 other documents have been filed, uploaded, none of which I can view. I only know what I received, summons, petition. Why am I still not receiving copies? As I said before to Your Honor in the court, this is the only way I'm able to keep updated. I have no reliable, constant outside resources to do anything or really provide information. I rely on the court for this inclusion. Please send me copies of everything being filed so I can review also. I don't even get a copy of any of my letters anymore, which notifies me the judge court received as I have before. Why not still? Please include me, the respondent, on everything I'm able to. This is my case also. I'm supposed to be treated equally, fairly, and properly as any party to a case should be, with or without an attorney. This is my life. This is my life with my son. There is nothing more important. I am not helpless nor giving up in any way, especially regarding my son and our life together futuristically. FH needs to destroy the crystal ball and don't quit his day job when he has one. So she's now saying he doesn't have a job. Well, he probably doesn't if he's moving, right? You get a new job at a new location. He also is the one she's wanting all the money from and has wanted the money from, and when she was with George. I'm sure undeniably by having one and also not relying on his parents' millions, his economic circumstances would most definitely improve in so many ways. So she's jealous of him.
Of course she is.
She's jealous of him. She lives off of him and she's jealous. Lived, not anymore. Still wants to, actually. She wanted the alimony, right? I am me and am trying relentlessly forever. I believe in myself. I am confident in God. I will get through this. We all will. This is not forever. My circumstances remaining life. Stop trying to make it. I am hoping FH can understand and cooperate as unobtrusive and cordial as possible in order for everyone's life to be successful and happy. This includes me also. Please send us copies so I know when the new hearing is scheduled so I plan accordingly. Please understand, too, that we inmates are woken up at 3 a.m., sit 3 to 4 holding cells for 10 to 14 hours and going to court for 30 minutes of your time. It's also a physical preparation on top of the mental. I very much would like to be ready, please.
Wow.
Thank you for your time, patience, understanding, and copies. Sarah
That does
Boone.
sound rough. That does really sound rough.
I mean, she's not making her case better, in my opinion.
I mean, here's an idea.
Via Zoom, time 11:23 at 9 a.m. I'm in the process of gathering my necessary evidence as requested, but wanted to remind you I am incarcerated and do not have the capability of using a computer to gather statements, calling about, or going to my bank. Even if I did, due to non-payment of ordered alimony by former husband, my bank account, which I had for 30 years, is closed from having an ongoing, growing negative balance for an extended period of time. Please know I'm doing all I possibly can from jail, and with what I'm able to submit, I'm confident will suffice, showing not even the agreed ordered sign for $1,000 payment,
Are you back, Randy?
along with all decreased amounts chosen.
Yeah. Excuse me.
I think we're pretty much done with this, right? Can we?
Yeah, it's kind of droned on and on, right?
It really has. Yeah, I think I'm done listening.
And these are all
Booned out.
we know how this ends.
Right, we do. And they're all the same, I'm an innocent victim. Everybody's so mean to me. Shut up, Sarah. Don't care.
No. It goes back to the wanting special treatment after taking someone's life.
Always, yeah, her unfortunate incident. Which I still can't believe she said that, but unfortunate incident. you know.
Right. Yeah. Not on purpose. Hey, Lacey.
Hey, Lacey, good to see you, honey. All right, it's been 2.5 hours. I gotta go.
What, has it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All
Yes.
right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Doubt that we'll be back on till Monday. Monday we start Delphi.
Yes. Prayers for Sarah and her cancer.
Yeah.
We will definitely keep you posted if we hear anything. And if you hear anything, please let us know.
I doubt it, Envy Girls. I doubt that I go back to ever speaking of, you know, um, I don't see it the way that others see it, and I'm just done. I've done what I can do to help, and I'm done.
Do you have a time in mind for Monday? Are you gonna do in the evenings or during the day, or do you know?
Um, hmm.
We'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll let you know. I was thinking probably earlier than
Okay.
later, but
All right. All right.
yeah,
I was just getting an idea.
yeah.
Okay. Sounds great.
All right, y'all. I
We'll see
appreciate
you guys
y'all,
there.
and yes, bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone. No, it